3, 2, 1, go! Excellent, sexy. Okay, Chad, are you ready for another exciting episode of WarHams?
Yes, I'm excited for this episode.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of WarHams. This is episode 18. It's so fantastic to see everyone today. Thank you all so much for coming back and joining us for another Warhammer-style adventure. I think you all know who we are by now, after doing this for so long. If you're completely new to us, please rewind back to all the other episodes. But Thurston.
Yes. Hello.
I think it's time.
It's time. Okay.
It is time to go.
Start the episode.
Oh, okay.
Fasten your seatbelts.
I believe, really quick summary. In our last episode, our players, they managed to discover the cult's activities on Fimbria Majoris. They stopped the cult from infecting the water supply with something, and they got the coordinates for their actual goal in this system, a ship called the Carillon. Now, our group has been investigating the Carillon because that ship was the last known whereabouts of one Slehaburgo de Fakraby, the 24th of his name, our ongoing villainous NPC in this game. So with that information, our players boarded the debt collector, Captain Zedek's excellent starship, and they made their way towards the coordinates of the Carillon. On their way, however, another ship got in the way. And we begin where we ended off last session, with our players encountering a much larger vessel, an ostentatious cruiser that has identified itself as the Marengo, one of several vessels under rogue trader Lecoq. The Marengo had sent out a signal indicating it had claimed salvage rights over the drifting Carillon. And with that, we begin our session on the Strategium, the bridge of the debt collector, with all of our players assembled. The crewmen on board the bridge, the sort of subsidiary crew for Captain Zedek's starship, have turned and made their reports indicating, Sir, they're declaring salvage rights over the Carillon.
Over my dead body, Lecoqs are going to get salvage rights over this vessel.
Let's not go announcing over anyone's dead body, Captain.
You don't understand, Reeb. You don't understand how far this rivalry extends back into our pasts. Of all the people that we could have encountered now, was certainly hoping it wouldn't be them.
No, Captain, you're right. I don't understand. What class of ship are we looking at?
Well, it's some sort of cruiser level vessel. Appears to be a light cruiser. We're getting information. It could be a Dauntless class where our auspexes are checking.
And how do we stack up against it?
There's a pause from the crew. Reeb, do you want to give me an insight check?
Gentlemen, I don't like pauses.
I would like an insight check, though, please.
I'm working on it.
No, of course. I just would have also approved if you were like, I don't need an insight check. They paused. Fuck this.
I'll give you 2 and a complication to round us off at the start here.
Oh, perfect.
Thank God.
Yeah, this is exactly what
we start as we mean to go on.
Yeah. So at this point, you're getting a sense from the crew that things are maybe stacked against you. As far as the complication goes, actually, I'm going to say this: the complication, Reeb, is that you let forth some sort of slip of ignorance, something you're not entirely sure of when it comes to naval battles. That really shows you're out of your depth in naval battles. Something almost
Surely we can
embarrassing.
shoot it and sink it, can't we?
There's more frantic exchanged glances from the crew as they look at each other. Some of them at ransom, many more to the captain.
Reeb, this is space. Things don't sink in space. You know that they're called the Navy as a euphemism, right? Because they're the ships, not because we're on a physical ocean. I guess if we're in low orbit, I mean, theoretically, they could sink to the surface. No, I'm not entertaining this. No, we can't sink it. That ship is much more outfitted to take on combat than we are right now.
Captain,
Yes.
I must now request you inform us about your history with the man with the funny penis name.
Man with the funny Oh, you mean the Lecoqs?
Yes.
The Lecoq dynasty has been one that has, well, for many years, bumped shoulders, but not in a good way, with the Mascadolce dynasty, such that I have not encountered them since the title of Road Trader was passed down to me from my father.
Bumped shoulders as though you have minor disagreements about doctrine, or bumped shoulders as in large-scale elimination initiatives?
A little of column A, a little of column B.
I understand this.
Those slimy son of a bitches have stepped on our family name for far too long. Likewise have we done theirs many times. But I have not. And as the new rogue trader helming the debt collector, it is my right and my duty to defend our family name.
Yeah, that is true. If does he rightfully have salvage rights? How does this law I've heard so much work?
In essence, salvage rights is a very high-class way of saying finders keepers. However, we're both on big, scary spaceships with big, scary guns and big, scary crews.
Yes.
Now, while I don't doubt the efficacy of our own crewmates, you, especially Pi, to essentially dismember anybody on that ship, I don't think this is a fight we can win. Not immediately.
Maybe
What are your orders, Captain? Lieutenant Ransoms pipes up.
Maybe, Captain, if we use Reeb as a means to get onto the ship in inquisitorial authority, even this penis man should fear that symbol.
That's not a terrible idea. We have to get to that ship. We cannot let them get access to it. I'm sure they're in league with DeFuckerby and his ilk.
Much as I would normally flaunt my inquisitorial authority in this regard, I would like to point out that while they normally respect inquisitorial might, we are one smaller class ship compared to them. If they're so eager to have this salvage, they are, much like every other individual, more interested in value than law. Unless there's something about Mr. Lecoq which you have not deigned to tell me.
Well, there is some small details, but it's not important to right now. Point being, we have to get onto that ship. This is the end goal. This is all that matters. We have to get onto the Carillon.
I will put a hand on Captain Zedek's shoulder. If we must abandon our rights to scavenge this ship, that is fine. What matters is that we find DeFuckerby and remove his heresy from the crusade. So we should do that.
Captain Zedek will sigh and just look over at Lieutenant Ransom. Ransom, open a hailing frequency to the Marengo.
All right, sir. Should I patch it through on the loudspeaker?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Vox officers begin communications. And the Vox officers begin tripping away at their cogitators, and you can see one of your servitors go blah and says it's activating the necessary rights of communication between your two immense starships. There is a crackle fizz on the Vox. And then you hear this voice coming through all of the loud hailers that you have installed on your bridge. Hello? Is this the debt collector?
Yes, this is the debt collector. This is Captain Zedek of the debt collector.
Hi. This is Junior Crewman Snyder?
Junior crewman, patch me through to your superior.
Oh, I apologize. The rogue trader, she only deals with captains of cruiser or larger stature.
Captain Zedek is just frothing. Tell her that it is important, nay, imperative, that I speak with her regarding the status that she is claiming salvage rights to. Designate the Carillon.
The rogue trader has authorized me to handle communications in this matter since she is...
Junior officer, can everybody on the bridge hear me?
Oh, no, of course not. Our bridge crew are busy doing other tasks. This was seconded to me.
Listen to me, you sniveling little turd burglar. I can't order you because I am not your commanding officer. I assure you, you will put me through to your rogue trader, or I will have my funny Scatari find his way onto your ship and turn you into a fetid little haversack for him to play with and scare children. Do I make myself clear?
So yeah, give me an intimidation check on that, please.
Happily.
Go for it.
That's a 7.
That's not bad.
Sir, I'm gonna have to ask you to calm down, sir. Sir, if you keep this up, I'm gonna have to put you on hold for a minute or two to calm down.
Calm, I am completely calm, placid, even. Put me through to Lecoq.
As I've said, the rogue trader, she is unavailable at this time.
I know damn well she's not unavailable. She does nothing. All she does is pilfer from our profits and our rights. And just because she has a bigger ship, she thinks she can step all over the Mascadolce line.
I don't know anything about the Massacate Dolces, but I do understand that if you want to speak to the rogue trader, you'll need to come back in a bigger starship. But if you wish to discuss the salvage rights, I'm more than willing to handle this on the rogue trader's behalf. I am authorized.
Captain Zedek is just kind of fidgeting in place, just gradually growing more upset dealing with this junior officer, which he's never met, but he's just unloading his anger into this poor man.
Oh yeah, you've asked to speak to his manager, and he's like, "We don't have a manager at this call center."
Fucking Karen.
The WarHams tradition of abusing service workers.
I cannot believe you.
Pi is going to lean into Captain Zedek's ear.
Well, I understand you are very angry. Perhaps you could mention that if we return, the bigger ship we will return to will be wielding the inquisitorial sigillite on account of the Inquisitor we have on board.
Under any other circumstances, I don't think Captain Zedek would listen to Pi. But Pi is very much making sense to Captain Zedek right now.
What has the world come to?
We may discuss salvage rights, but may I be the first to inform you that if we are to return with a bigger vessel, as your superior has deigned fit, it will not just be a larger vessel than your ostentatious and gaudy Marengo. It will be a capital ship bearing the Inquisition's mark. Do we really want to escalate this?
I don't think there's any escalation necessary here. If you just calm down, we can talk about this. The rogue trader has given me permission to give you permission to perform the initial salvage inspection on her behalf. She will allow you to send a single shuttle full of crew members over to the Carillon to perform your inspection. She also wishes to send her regards that she appreciates you doing this and saving her precious crew's time in handling this endeavor.
Captain, I don't believe we have a leg
Yes.
up here.
No, we don't, but I can't lose face here. You understand that? Pi, get the crash helmet.
We have no way of saving face in this instance, Captain. We simply have to think of a different way. Can we get any information on the class of vessel that she is operating in?
I don't. Pi's expertise is certainly not in ship design, but presumably I've at least been present around individuals who specialized with this. Could I try to roll tech check?
Supposed to be a scholar.
Yeah, I was
Or
about to say,
scholar.
it's probably going to be scholar, because tech is more about, like, utilizing technology and repairing it.
Okay.
Not
Would
necessarily
it be-
identifying it.
Would it be better if I rolled that then?
Absolutely.
With my 9.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, it's something for a 10 and a
All
glory.
right. Not 10 and a glory. I ain't gonna bitch.
Yeah, take that glory. Yeah, you can, like, Reeb, you push some of the crewmen aside and start looking at the data coming in. And though you've often equated ships to traditional naval vessels that float in the sea of stars, which is actually a metaphor, but you maybe have misconstrued that in the past, you recognize that this vessel's probably some form of heavily modified Dauntless light cruiser.
Heavily modified, huh?
Yes, like you can't tell all of the changes, but it certainly has some ferociously powerful frontal lance weapons that look intimidating.
And we are pointed, and that they are pointed towards us at the moment. So.
At the moment, yes.
Are we faster than it comparatively? Like, or are we just a slow, shitty ship?
No, you're slightly faster than this vessel.
Slightly. Okay. And the Carillon is how big comparatively?
The Carillon is a smaller ship. It would be roughly between the size of the Marengo and the deck collector. So not quite a light cruiser, but not quite an escort. Like, it's like a really fat escort ship.
Bigger than us, smaller than them.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, I have a crazy question.
Sure.
If we were to try and... I'm going to say this in character at this point, I guess. Gentlemen, would it be possible for us to maneuver ourselves on the opposite side of the Carillon?
But would they not then open fire?
If we can move out of frontal range of them for just a moment, and if we were able to skirt behind the Carillon, I do not believe they would risk damaging the ship in order to get to us. Then again, I'm not entirely certain what their plans are for the Carillon beyond salvaging it.
I believe that might be too risky. In that sort of situation, you will be turning this Cold War hot. I understand that revenge and status are of great contention. Zedek's family line has been insulted, and this insult should not go unpunished. However, they have foolishly given us the first in within that ship. And I believe we can utilize that to punish them for their hubris. Of course, if we make an attacking a blow now, that might ruin their good faith and make our operations altogether harder.
Could we convince them that we need to get closer?
This is worth a shot, yes.
In that instance, we could opt to get slightly closer, which would put us within shielding distance of it, rather than being this far out and out of position. After all, I think we need to get a little closer anyway because of the harvest later, but...
Captain Zedek will move back towards the comm, away from this huddle.
Yeah.
Huddle.
The Vox officer nods, turning off the mute button for you, becoming very... The crew here is very used to hitting the mute button after Zedek makes the speech to save the captain's dignity.
Damn. You're going right out of the gate to hurt me with that one.
Ow.
Junior Officer Snyder, we will accept these terms of salvage on the behalf of your superior. However,
Yes.
we will need to position our vessel closer so that we may send our shuttlecraft in without jeopardizing the crew therein.
Oh, of course. Our positioning's merely just for show. We don't really consider your actual ship a threat. So you're good. You're good. Just go on in. We'll move aside.
Okay, bye. The Captain Zedek will slam on the
Wait,
hang
before you do
button.
that! Before you do that!
The Vox
Walk
is
up.
off.
Oh, I had a funny plan.
What was your funny plan, Pi?
I was going to lie to the galaxy.
What?
What?
You need to discuss these plans prior to the item being turned
They
on. and
come to realization seconds before in action.
No spur of the moment plans at this moment, Pi. We are in very poor position.
All right, maybe next moment then.
It's okay, Pi. Eventually, we'll put you in the boarding cannon.
You have that?
Yes.
Should I
we
prepare a
discussed
shuttle,
this?
Captain?
Yes. Prepare the most space-worthy Arvis. I think we have a couple still in reserve.
Oh, yes, Captain. I'll prepare our most well-suited harvest for you. Just head down to the embarkation deck and you should be good.
Wonderful. I suppose we're gonna head down to the deck.
Yeah. So the four of you are walking down like the ship deck as you do, taking the vessel's transport. You eventually reach the embarkation deck where a single Arvis lighter is prepared. The back door sort of comes down, admitting you in. There is a servitor that is hardwired into the cockpit that is deathly silent as you walk in.
Gonna look at the servitor. So what's your name?
It has like a slight pause. I am the impersonator. That is my designation.
Things are getting kind of scary.
You will need to strap in as we prepare for disembarkation and then embarkation onto the designated vessel.
Okay.
Okay. You're a lot more serious. I'm used to a lot more complaints out of servitors.
Compliance.
You mean Gamu, not the servitor, correct?
Well,
Is that-
yeah,
that's
but
not
they're
the-
like, they're the messaging machine through which she pesters me endlessly about the problems on the ship.
Well,
Is Lorn with us at this moment?
I was gonna
Lorn?
mention at the start of the thing that Lorn was not even on the deck. He was in the nursery on a rocking chair, asleep, with Tater Tot on him after reading him a story. Because Lorn does not care about the activities on the bridge. So I assume
Understandable.
woke him up and just brought him with him. But since Lorn
Okay,
was
no.
going
I
in,
like
he's
the
been
idea-
silent the entire time.
I like the idea that they're all strapping in, getting ready to go. And then it's just like, where's Lorn?
And, it's just snoring on his chair. There's like a huge comic drool coming from his mouth.
Yeah, that's what I imagine. And just Tater Tots just kind of just laying there, whatever. And the servitors that help take care of things are just wandering around.
That would be Ragnarok and Roll Chopper Joe and Timothy Thompson.
Yes, guarding the sleeping boys. Yeah, but Lorn's
And
just quiet. He's sitting in the Arvis lighter, just quiet.
Yeah, absolutely. There's like just this strange sense that you have right now, Lorn.
He's just sitting there. He's not saying a word.
Lorn, are you okay?
He doesn't answer.
There's a slight like shake as the Arvis makes its way through the void shield protection of the debt collector and begins to make its way towards the derelict Carillon.
Oh.
That's
Vessel,
very derelict.
a Missionarius Galaxia vessel grows in view through the cockpit as you approach it. It seems to have 3 massive score marks on it, some kind of explosive damage as the shuttle approaches.
Oh,
What
that got hit
happened to
hard.
this?
You can make a tech check.
I will do it.
Here.
Do it.
In a shocking turn of events, Braine will make a tech check.
Wow.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
7 successes.
Yeah,
Very
7
nice.
successes is actually enough, Braine, for you to tell that these explosions are not from external weapons. They look like they're explosions as a result of something internal to the vessel. In fact, looking at them, they seem almost superficial. Like, you can see that there are bulkheads that have closed off right underneath the exploded areas. So the ship is still sealed. It just looks like there is some sort of damage inside of it.
Are those enough successes to notice the dorsal mount looks a lot like a pre-heresy ship design?
No, in this case, you can tell that this is a very standard type of vessel for a Missionarius Galaxia, which are typical vessels that travel out to the fringes of the Imperium. Some of them are quite old. You would guess that this vessel is several thousand years old.
Can we see where the major hull breaches are actually located? Like, can we see what's in the holes, so to speak?
Are you like planning on like doing a flyby around it, like kind of one of those scenes with the shuttle moving and putting spotlights on it?
Kind of. I would really just like. I mean, God, we're gonna have to like scout this thing out if we're going to do the initial survey as Miss Cock wants us to do.
Oh yes. Are there any means of like our onboard aspects on the lander to potentially be able to identify like life signs or any influxes of like radiation or anything like that?
Nothing on this vessel.
Okay.
The aspect suite here is pretty rudimentary.
But can we see what's in the holes? Just do a quick flyby just to find like a landing spot that isn't dangerous.
Yeah, before you came on board, you marked the embarkation deck of the Carillon, so you know where you can pull in, and it seems to be in the aft of the ship, away from any of the like major damaged areas on the sort of starboard side. As you're approaching, though, if you wanted to get a better look, you certainly could. The servitors probably not the best to pilot for that, so you'd want to get a different pilot.
Would want to get Captain Zedek.
As one does. Yeah, I will. Captain Zedek will help the servitor out of the pilot's seat, however, whatever method that takes, and manually take over the ship.
Absolutely. Like there's a seat beside the servitor that allows you to take primary command. So you get into the primary pilot seat and you can begin maneuvering it, turning on searchlights and sort of coming around on the vessel and sort of getting close to see the damage. If you want to give me a piloting check, a difficulty 5 for this.
Sure. Ooh, it's a 3 to complication. I would like to re-roll that. I'm gonna wrap it.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Caca.
Okay,
4.
Okay.
And the Arvis later is supposed to one day.
Cool.
Yeah. So you're paranoid here, Zedek. You're having like strange flashbacks to a previous shuttle piloting attempt. You haven't done this in a while, and the last few times you've done this, you've had some issues. So you're having some jitters and some nerves. This is accentuated by when you move over one of the sort of hull breaches. You put the spotlights over it, and you see something moving inside. In fact, you see thousands of things moving and then just quickly getting out of the sun, like, or out of the light beam that you're shining. Some small forms that just quickly part in 100 different directions.
Oh no.
Captain.
Oh, this isn't good. This isn't good at all.
Captain.
There's
Explain.
hundreds. No, thousands.
Of what?
I don't know. I saw them, but for a fleeting moment, they were all just skittering about, and then they fled to the dark corners, the airlocks. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. They know they're going to die if they come here.
Captain, is this another bug hunt?
I hope it's not a bug hunt.
Okay. Well, we do have the flamethrower, and
Autopilot re-engaged, and the shuttle sort of veers off and begins going back to its original flight plan, coming sort of a long curve around the back of the Carillon into the embarkation deck.
Hmm.
And like, as the three of you are up in the cockpit, again, Lorn, you're just in the back being quiet, right?
Yeah, he's just there.
Yeah.
No word, no nothing.
The shuttle
Just
comes
silent and still.
Yeah. The shuttle comes into the void envelope of the embarkation deck, gracefully passing through the shielding and coming to land a completely dark space. The only sign of light is coming in from stars that are outside. But you find yourselves, the shuttle lands in this immense embarkation deck that appears to be empty.
I mean, I would kind of expect to be empty because the ship is derelict.
This feels like this is very intentional. Captain.
Yes.
Supposing you are correct and you are not simply being tricked by the light, supposing you did see something aboard this ship, if the Marengo were to move in and dock with it, they would likely have to either encounter this or have their bluff called. Would it be possible for us to simply wait here a period, act as though we are exploring it, and then leave, rather than fall for any sort of trap that may be aboard?
That is a perfectly valid strategy, although we won't necessarily accomplish anything by sitting and waiting. We do need whatever information's on this ship to lead us to, well, you know.
Yes. The fucker be. Yes.
it
Yes.
does not matter if this is a trap. The necessity of our journey outweighs any personal risk.
Landing sequence complete.
Pie.
And the back ramp opens up.
Yes, Reeb.
If we're dead, we can't pursue him.
Yes, but if we're not willing to die to pursue him, then why are we even bothering?
It's not a matter of dying to pursue him, it's doing the least amount of damage to ourselves so we can move forward.
In the Skitaris, I was taught bravery and valor, and that has seen us through every misadventure thus far. I see no reason to be too scared if it is a trap. We can overcome the odds, like we always do.
As you
Right.
insist.
Okay, very good. Lorn!
Yes, hi, Braine.
It seems as though everyone is rather on edge. Perhaps, if we are expecting a swarm, do you have any tactical advantage that might be useful if we were ambushed?
I have various psychic powers to help us. Hi, Braine. We'll do what we always do. search and destroy until it is done.
Okay. All right.
Just stick with me. I'll do my best to help. But Pie Braine, do be very aware. Yes.
What about the place?
Wrong. I assume we're landed, right?
Yeah, the vessel has, like, the shuttle has landed,
Yeah.
and the back door is now open.
With that, Lorn gets up, grabs his staff, and starts heading out.
Yeah,
Lorn, wait.
you walk down the back ramp into the embarkation deck, which you can see now as you come through. Again, the starlight is sort of bathing the area. You've landed on a large section of the embarkation deck that is marked out with a yellow sort of trim and the Roman numeral 2. To the equivalent left of you, you can see that there's a similar square with a Roman numeral 1, and then another square to the right of a Roman numeral 3, indicating you've sort of landed on the second of like designated landing points in the embarkation deck. Everything here is shrouded in darkness. There is, like, you know, the corners of the room are incredibly dark, barely visible. All that you've got light source wise is some of the searchlight from the Arvis that is just kind of giving off residual light. Actually, not even the searchlight, just the residual sort of, you know, red flashing lights from the Arvis as it's completing its sequence. And then, Lorn, as you walk out, you feel the strong smell of, like, counterseptic cleaning products in the air, like sort of an almost ammonia sense to your nose.
Okay.
Otherwise, the area here is slightly chilly. And you
I stop
walk
on the
out,
ramp when I'm sorry, go ahead.
and like you notice it's slightly chilly, and that as you step onto the ramp before stopping, that like the sound echoes out a good way.
Like, I look back at Captain Zedek calling me, going, "Yes, Captain Zedek."
Before you kind of go out on your own, and I hope you won't, let's see if we have any lumens in here. I feel like we're going to need some other form of light than our weapons.
I tap the staff, pom pom, twice, and then I cast Psychic Torch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Orb.
Orb.
The orb.
Cast orb.
We all start.
I'm just
muttering
gonna
like
use
caveman
the.
Just roll
What's not?
psychic mastery.
It's,
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
I cast Regeneration, but it's like the same thing. It's the same bonuses or whatever. So
Yeah.
on a 12, I expand
heal
it a
light.
good way.
I believe you are Gandalfing this because it only requires a 2, and you can shift 3 exalts, so you can create a second orb if you want, or just increase it to. Good
Can
lord!
I can do a second orb
increase
that floats near them and one that floats near me.
Absolutely.
I'll absolutely do that.
As long as you are within as long as you're within 10 meters of them, basically.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you can create the orb and then create a second one that follows them.
Yeah, I'll definitely do that.
Yeah, you see these psychically generated lights appear.
Yeah, and I apologize. I exchanged the psychic power levitation for this one.
Okay.
So we can all have a good source of light. And I look at Captain Zedek going, "Have you covered, Captain Zedek?"
Thank you.
Oh, I suppose we should get a move on then.
Indeed.
Oh, wait. Lorn,
Yes.
can you detect any sort of other vestiges of life aboard this ship, at least within our immediate vicinity?
I assume I could roll a science for that.
Absolutely.
I have a 12.
Yeah, you sure do.
Well, not a glory.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
Thingy.
You can like, and this has been part of the source of your recent unease. There is some distortion between the materium and the immaterium on this vessel. Exactly what, you can't quite tell, but the warp itself is not calm here. Whether or not there's something like active or you're in the wake of something, you're not entirely sure. You don't detect any life signs except for those of your allies.
Lorn looks at Reeb and says, I don't detect anybody yet, but I suggest we be on our guard. Higher place is wrong.
Likely owing to more Xenos interdiction, as usual. Very well. Let's have our wits about us, gentlemen. Let's get through this quickly so we can abate whatever trap is aboard here.
Yes. Keep your weapons at the ready, and let us go.
And
We should probably tell the debt collector to move into the shadow of the Carillon, in case.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
and,
Vox unit is on the Arvis, so you could send a Vox comm.
That
But
might
once
be
you're
good.
away from the Arvis, you aren't going to have like long range blocks to the deck.
Yeah, that.
Oh, sorry. That is a good idea.
I look to Lorn looks to Braine and asks him, Braine,
Yes.
could you also make sure that we grab any radio communication or anything to contact this ship and the deck collector, just in case?
I could try. Let's see.
We should have several radio or Vox. I forget what they're called in 40K. Just like
Boxcasters.
Voxcasters, yeah.
Yeah.
Like a handheld. I don't know if it's the backpack or what.
Okay, sure. Yeah, going through the ship, can I find anything like that?
Yeah. So I think we've established previously you can have pretty good like close range communications.
You know, like a little walkie-talkie on the shoulder or something.
Yeah. So the like the bulging backpack style is what you would need. So someone would basically have to be wearing the backpack mounted one. That
I'm
allows you
pointing
to
at
get
Braine.
that allows you to get a range of about 100 kilometers, which you could have the debt collector come in that close, basically along the back of the ship. That's like the best you will be able to manage.
Well, I would gladly volunteer to carry this giant, terrible thing, but I am also the one most often to be in the line of enemy fire. I would suggest it be carried by either Lorn or Reeb.
No.
Bloody hell. Fine.
Well, wait, you're carrying the flamer. Captain Zedek!
He's also a fighter.
Yeah.
Let's just leave the big backpack behind. We're not going to be separating ourselves.
You do all have Vox beads for each other, so you're going to be able to communicate to each other just fine.
Wait, I have it.
I'm going to, and I don't want to waste too much more time here, but what I don't mind doing is I don't mind taking, say, my Vox bead, right? Giving it to the servitor, right? I'm going to try to program the servitor to repeat everything it hears.
Oh, yeah. Give me a tech chest.
Sure.
Say
I literally
6.
just tried to roll a tech chest to the Twitch chat, so Twitch chat almost just had me trying to do
Good.
that.
Hey, chat, /R 1D100.
Yes, exactly. 7 successes.
Yeah, you're able to basically just set the servitor to auto relay. Its dead flesh stares out the cockpit as you begin making the modifications. As you complete it, it lets out a compliance.
Very good. Now,
Very good.
okay, stop it.
Oh, great, stop it.
Ah! Okay.
Ah.
I am going to walk up to the auspex. I'm going to have the servitor basically activate a constant auspex feed, or Vox feed, I should say, to the debt collector from the ship.
Absolutely.
And basically make it to where if we want to communicate with the debt collector, so the servitor can hear and receive messages. Like it can communicate to us as well.
Yeah, essentially anytime you communicate to the servitor, it's going to relay back to the ship.
Okay, and whenever
Ingenious plan. I like it.
Thank you. And now we have a nice Vox train without needing a terrible backpack. All that it cost is my ability to communicate with you when I am separated.
Very good job, Braine.
Okay, now we go! Follow me, Oria!
Yeah.
Let us go.
Yeah. Do we have are we just going, or are we just going to go into the command bridge, or what?
Presumably we're on our way to the bridge, or wherever we imagine.
Definitely the bridge first.
Yeah.
Are we wearing suits, by the way? Because I'm presuming that atmosphere in here is bad.
There is an atmosphere in here.
Is it a good atmosphere?
It's slightly chilled.
Is it going to remain this way?
From all the basic aspect scans that you would have undoubtedly done before you came on here, it looks like the atmosphere has been preserved and the void bubble around the ship is maintained.
All right, good enough for me.
One looks to Reeb and Braine and goes, "Gentlemen,
yes.
So we could plan our route. Would you like to find the nearest console and find the best path to the command bridge, and also make sure that the life support systems are going to be sustained as we go along our adventure?"
Okay. I'm going to see. Is there a console in this terrible bubble of a hell room?
So this, keep in mind, you're in basically a football stadium that has nothing but metal floor in it, a few boxes in the corners. There's a large set of double doors that probably lead to the spinal accessway of the ship. They are currently closed. There is a unit of cogitators and logic engines beside that sort of have flickering screens. One of them appears to be, as you get closer, and Lorn, I assume you're also maneuvering your orb, your second orb, if you're with the group, to sort of scout ahead and give you more illumination. You see a bank of data, cogitator data consoles, but then above them is the torso of a humanoid figure with emaciated skin that is wired into the wall, some kind of flesh cogitator that has been set up here. These are not common, but they are known devices in the Imperium.
Huh? Oh, been a while since I've seen one of these babies. All right.
I'm going to try to interface with the cogitator.
Cogitate.
And
Okay.
hope I don't get infected with a demon scrap code. So I guess that would be what, tech?
Yep.
Okay, I'll spend 2 glory on this just to make sure we get a nice layout of this Vulcan spaceship.
Absolutely.
Go! That is 6 successes and a complication. You love to see that.
So you manage to access. As you do access the data, you're able to get a rough schematic of the vessel. You can tell that these double doors do indeed lead to through the spinal section of the ship, which is this immense kilometers long path that leads from the back of the ship to the front where the strategium is located. As you're sort of sifting through the data, the flesh construct provides not the data readouts, but provides information in terms of successes like access granted,
Good
file
question.
path designated. Yes, Lorn.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Was it 1 or 2 glory?
It was 2 glory.
Okay, thank you.
Um,
Continue. I'm sorry.
Okay, good. As the flesh construct is sort of throwing these out, you're scanning more and more pie, and what you manage to discover is the access to open the doors. So you can open these double doors and get access to the spinal section of the vessel. You can also tell that there appears to be some sort of not scrap data, but some data that is out of place that looks like it was put in here. The I guess tech example of this would be someone saved a file onto the desktop here.
What is the file?
It appears to be some sort of log entry.
Okay. Let us observe the log entry.
Yeah, and there's this click as some of the Voxcaster units beside it begin to activate a log entry. Zoran.
Sorry, the log entry is currently processing as of this time. Please stand by.
Click.
Personal log. Trusted crewman Church. We finally arrived in the Fimbria system after our mission of bringing the word of the Emperor to those despondent people of the the Ghoul Stars. One step closer to retirement. I seriously can't wait to get away from all these stuffy priests. And now I'm really looking forward to spending some time on Fimbria Majoris. I have a lot of time accrued and should be able to visit some of the gambling dens. Can't wait. Church out.
That was the lovely voice of Stephanie Swan, who's one of our voice actors in TTS.
Very good quality.
Yes.
And as that finishes, you suddenly hear this sound. It seems to be coming from a stack of boxes, maybe 10 meters away from you, Pi.
I've got my power sword at the ready. I'm going to kick over the boxes.
Okay. Do you want to give me an athletics test?
Sure. I failed the athletics test. The boxes kick me back.
Yeah.
3 successes.
Oh, so athletic, this pie brain.
You don't so much like kick them out of the way as you kick, and there's like a loud dong as you strike the side of this metallic box. As if reacting, something scuttles out from behind the box and flies into the air. And what you see illuminated, I assume your power sword is out. You've also
Yes,
kind of
of
got
course.
the orb. Illuminated by both the orb and your power sword is an infant. An infant that floats on strange metallic wings. Its skin is this absolute dark brown, and in one hand it holds some kind of cloth that has a color that is reminiscent of its own skin, and in its other it has some sort of appendage that is squirting out liquid.
Oh, can I do a scholar on that?
Absolutely.
Because I think I know what that is. I think. What's a 12 and a glory get me?
Oh, shit.
You recognize this, Reeb, as someone who's familiar with Inquisition and been to all the Inquisition parties. Oftentimes that cherubs are a thing that get utilized a lot amongst, certain Puritan Inquisitors, particularly fondly used by the Missionarius Galaxia and the Ecclesiarchy. This one with a 12, which is a grand old success, you can tell is some form of cleaning servitor. So it is sent to clean, and almost as if on cue, as you recognize this, it lets out this melodic bleep of "Cleanliness is holiness."
Oh, I bloody hate these things. Why does every servitor and their mother love these bloody things? They're horrible. They're disgusting.
They're so cute.
No, they're nightmares. I agree with Reeb. Why would you do this?
I don't see babies very much, so.
It seems to scoot back down behind the box, and once again you hear the tss, tss, and sounds.
Let's just leave the damn thing to its cleaning. We have important things. Did you find what we were looking for, Pi?
Did I? I got a basic schematic, so can I at least chart a basic route towards the bridge?
Oh yeah, you know that it's basically follow the spinal. There should be a tram system that would get you from the back towards the stratagem.
So long as its journeys haven't broken its back, we can find our way to the main area by following the spine. Onwards and upwards, I suppose.
Oh, is there anything behind the box before we go?
Are you peering around behind the box?
Yes.
Absolutely. So as this is going on, I assume Lorn, Zedek, and Reeb are waiting by the door as Pi's like, "Oh, I can handle this." But then you before going back, Pi, you take a turn to go and look behind the box.
Well, Reeb is also kind of inquisitive, ironically, and is also going to come over and see what the hell's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So both of you turn and look behind the box, and you can see that the servitor is scrubbing at the floor, moving the sort of rag in its hand in circular motions and spritzing with its sort of cleaning appendage, and it's humming, which echoes out as you turn. You can both give me awareness tests.
Sure. Awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Powerful skill gives me a 2.
Okay.
Yep.
I would like one of us to succeed this. I'm gonna try to wrath that.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
So both of you turn, you
complication, good.
look. You're not sure. Reeb, you are going to complicate this. However, the complication is more the realization. You see that there is something on the floor that is a different coloration to the rest of the dull metal here. But the coloration is that sort of darkened brown that the skin of the cherub has. But that's when you realize that as you look closer at the cherub, there's small flecks of a lighter skin tone underneath. It's not a dark-skinned cherub. It's a cherub that is covered entirely in dried blood. And it's cleaning up dried blood off the floor. And it just continues to hum, "Cleanliness is holiness. Cleanliness is holiness." Can you give me a resolve test, Reeb?
Sure. That is... Come on, page. Load, please. Ah, terrific. My most powerful skill. 1.
This freaks the shit out of you.
Ah!
You see this and you're just like, you put all of these pieces immediately together and they just kind of hit you, and you kind of get a bit short of breath for a moment as you recognize, and all the while the cherub is, "Cleanliness is holiness. Cleanliness is," and then it stops singing and just goes back to humming like
Can I do anything to shake myself out of that for a sec? Because I'd like to shoo this thing off so I can inspect the stain a bit better.
Yeah, like it's a momentary fear, but you're not in combat, and like it's not taking any malicious action. So it's more you get spooked a good amount by that.
Cherub. There's a stain over there. Can you go deal with that one? I'm going to point off into the distance towards like a corner of the Colosseum, I guess.
Its head twists about 170 degrees to stare you in the eyes as it blinks. And now that you've seen what it is, you can see the sort of lighter skin tone around its blinking dead eyes as it stares into you. Cleanliness is holiness. And its wings begin to flutter as it moves off towards the direction you've pointed it in.
Reeb is unfazed by the baby. He's upset by the blood and all the other shit. But he's
Absolutely.
seen the baby before. Hates those things. Okay, so this smear, so to speak.
Yeah.
Is it literally just a blood stain?
Yeah, it's small. You could give me a Medicaid test if you're like trying to do some CSI on it.
I'm really just kind of trying to determine, like, was this thing trying to foolishly kind of clean a blown up corpse? But I can do a Medicaid, sure.
Actually, not investigation. Actually,
Investigation?
Yeah, that's definitely the better one here.
Well, it's lesser, but not that much worse. I'll give you a 5.
Yeah, like the splatter indicates some blunt force caused some kind of like gout of blood here. The cherub was trying to clean it, but you can tell that from just the what you saw, the rag it was holding was so soaked in blood, all it was doing was just moving it around. Like it was actually making it worse because it was wetting it and then just moving it around.
Is the blood being dragged in any direction, or is it literally just a spatter on the ground?
It's a spatter up against some of the crates. You can tell, kind of based on how Braine slightly nudged some of the crates, it looks like it was someone got splattered against a crate.
But they are not there now.
No, there's no sign of a body or anything else. The only thing you have is sort of that like counter-septic smell in the air, which when you disembarked, all of you kind of smelled in the air. Now it's way stronger here. You can tell that whatever it's spritzing here has that sort of thick cleaning agent smell in the air.
Seems as though something was brawling here through the source of this blood against the crates. The thing thrown against the crates now is now missing, so that must mean that it was either taken away by something, or those chemicals are very strong.
Well, in either case, I don't think there's any other truths to be elucidated by staring at patterns of blood. Let us proceed.
No, just further reasons to keep our guards up.
All right. Now, I think we can abscond the hangar.
Yeah,
Okay,
let's
so
get out of here.
you're
This
going
sucks.
you're gonna open up the spinal doorways.
Yes.
Yeah. So Pi, you've already made the tech check previously. You go back to the cogitator unit, the sort of flesh torso that's built into the wall with its dead eyes staring out gives a response of compliance, as in tune with the doors, the hydraulics of them moving. There's this kind of percussive as the doors open. There's some kind of wash of different atmospheres mixing as these sealed doors open. Strangely enough, there beyond is darkness that is only slightly illuminated by the starlight coming out of the back of the embarkation deck. But as the doors open, you suddenly see flickers of light as lumen strips along the ceiling activate in haphazard forms. Like one or two of them in these high ceiling, probably 20 meters high, flickering on and off. And you can see a tunnel that leads down, a metallic tunnel that must be an ancillary connector to the primary spinal corridor of the vessel.
Very good.
We're
And
going to
Zedek,
the bridge, so...
you said you saw thousands of creatures?
Yes. Well, maybe. Look, it was like hundreds to thousands. I don't know how many I saw. There was...
I didn't expect
was
you
a
to
lot.
count. Well, in either case, I suggest we keep our eyes on the vents and keep going forward until Lorn makes a joke.
Wait, did you just say I can't count?
No, I said I didn't expect you to count them all.
Oh.
Yes, Zedek, you are very smart. Someday.
I
you
don't
might be
believe
as
it, but I'll
smart
take.
as me.
I will take that.
Okay.
Please, we have business to attend to, gentlemen. Let's just ferry along to the bridge now.
Mm-hmm.
You carry on down the tunnel, the lights sort of bobbing and floating beside you as you do so.
Or
Lorn, I assume you're just maintaining the lamps as you're carrying on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eventually, the sort of hall that you're going down has a set of descending metal staircases that connect it to the primary spinal aft of the ship, an immense corridor that is so large it tests the limits of the orb's lights. So you're kind of like this mote of light in absolute darkness. As you descend down the metal stairs, there is the clang of your footsteps as you go down. You find yourselves by a large tram unit, a maglev that Braine, you would know, runs the length of the back of the ship. So from the aft to the front. It is a small carriage device that can probably contain upwards of 2 to 3 dozen people.
And gentlemen, our carriage awaits.
if we must.
Lorn hops aboard.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
And
you walk into it. There's a single cogitator unit at the front.
Cogitator. Have it all.
Oh, I just realized something, actually. Before we depart, can I, take a quick look around it, at the base of it?
Yeah.
Just to make sure there's nothing, on the tracks, like someone didn't roll a baby carriage in front of us.
No. In fact, the tracks look pristine.
I don't know about you, man,
The
but
orbs.
that baby carriage is gonna fucking get destroyed. as soon as
Yeah,
we
there
press
were
go.
there were no survivors except for the babies, which managed to just make it out onto the train tracks before
Yeah.
we ran them all.
I'll turn it into a railgun.
Truly, it is a miracle of the Emperor.
Absolutely.
Yes, baby.
Lorn goes up to the console, I guess, or whatever, and I guess cues it to continue us forward.
As Lorn, you press the button, there's no response from the cogitator.
I look around. Are the lights on? And is
No.
there electricity?
No, it looks like there's no power in this thing.
Gentlemen, it seems we lack the energy to go forward. I suggest we go look for a power source to get this moving.
What, you don't mean to use Pi's sword as a lightning rod again?
I mean,
that would not work. We
can, but
would have more luck using the plasma gun.
Stop pumping the damn thing. Just
I just put it in the
backup
hole
generator.
there. There's an outlet over there.
Yeah, so this thing requires a power generator. Taking a look at this machine, can I get an idea of where that might be, or whether or not it's something that might be solved with like a more handheld power source?
Sure, give me a tech chest.
You got it.
7 is what we're looking for here.
Hi, Braine.
Ooh.
4.
You like the wrath then?
Sure.
9 and a complication.
All right. So with a 9, you can tell that this unit derives its power from the ship. So the actual rails are what are generating power up to it. So essentially there'd be like electricity that would come from the rails, which magnetically lift it and move it along. The cogitator unit here and everything else inside the unit would derive it from ambient electrical energy, the motive force sort of moving through the spine of the ship. But the motive force has been turned off here. What that tells you is even if you got a power source for this cart, it's not actually going to activate this maglev. You need to find the ship system that controls it and bring power back to this the entire line that runs the ship.
Okay, cool.
However, as that is going on, the complication is that you hear something, some like doosh, doosh, doosh. And it's very faint as you're trying to get a sense and you're kind of poring over this console, but you hear this sound further down into the darkness ahead. And almost as if on cue, you look up, and some of the lumen strips in this cyclopean spinal area begin to illuminate. Not enough to give you like a full view, but you're seeing like sparks of light off into the off into the distance.
Gentlemen, get out of the cart.
Doof. Doof.
Yeah, exit out of it.
Doof.
Yeah, I'm going to
We're
exit out.
We're getting out.
Yeah,
Doof.
don't want to get
We
ghost
out.
trained.
Doof.
To look around the origin of the.
It seems to be further down. Essentially, like if you follow the menial path along the tracks, all of you would know. Actually, Zedek especially would know that a lot of vessels have a primary maglev or even a few maglevs that provide rapid transportation for crew. Though menials and the like might not be authorized to utilize it, so they would have to walk the kilometers of the ship.
How long would it take for us to actually walk to the bridge?
Well, at current distance, it could take us anywhere from 30 minutes, an hour, maybe more.
Depending on various sorts of things inside the vessel, it could take anywhere from 30 minutes at the shortest to 3 to 4 hours at the longest.
Either way, if we're not using the tram, we're going to have to hoof it.
But if things go poorly, we might not be able to afford an unexpedited exit. Perhaps we should find a way to power on the mag tram.
Doof. Doof.
Where is that coming from?
Doof.
I don't know. Probably down the tunnel.
Let's look for the power source. Hi, Braine.
Yes.
Have you been able to find anything in the schematics to where that might be?
Yeah, Thurston, between my successes and my vague outline, would I have any idea where the power source for this mag line is?
The on-off switch for it would be in the strategium. However, there are kind of emergency lines, sort of like you would see with like a regular train route. There are sort of emergency stations that are set up. In this case, these emergency stations, in addition to having like supplies and communications, have what are essentially like boosters that can temporarily give power to the maglev line.
Okay. In that case, I say we set out for those boosters. We won't need the power for very long.
Doof.
Now, you currently have the map in your mind there. Hi, Braine. Lead the way.
Yeah.
I'll help light it.
So is that anywhere nearby?
Doof. You could tell that there's probably one, maybe a 15-minute, 20-minute walk along the sort of path of the maglev.
Okay, let us go forward.
Is that on the tracks?
Not on the tracks.
Okay.
It's essentially off. So the way that this works is there's like this immense track that goes down the spine of the ship. That's the maglev. So in this case, they only have one of these sort of train maglevs that goes back and forth.
Okay.
Then on either side, there's kind of open walking space for menials and just crew members. And then to the sides of those are passages that lead to various ship systems. Now, this spine, when I say it's going down the length of the ship, there's also decks below it and above it. That, below there are subsidiary systems. There's like more of the engineerium. Up above, you might see some of the basic weapons and auspex systems on the ship. But this is kind of the spinal alley of the entire vessel.
Not the bowling alley.
Doof.
I've had it with this noise.
I don't think it's had its way with us yet. Let's get ahead of it or get out of the way of it.
Yes, I agree.
I'm sorry to interrupt real quick, just in case my lights for some reason flickered. So if the stream goes down or something, I'm sorry to interrupt the entire deal, but just letting everyone aware I disappear. That's the thing. Okay, well, let's keep on like normal. I apologize to interrupt, but let's keep on going.
All right, guys, we're doing the Carillon speed run. Just kidding. Let's go towards the backup generator or whatever.
Yes, let's go.
Following along the maglev line with Lorn's lights sort of giving you illumination. It's very much like that scene from the Fellowship of the Ring where they're like in Moria, except it's a giant starship. And occasionally we might see flittering wings at the outer edges of the light. And as you continue walking down, just more, it gets louder. And then this sort of undertone. And it's getting like louder and louder. You can tell that you're getting echoes of it that are just being sort of carried through the air in this immense space as you walk further down the track.
Does it sound more like I almost said, does it sound more like a Zedek? Does it sound more like a servitor?
Yeah, it's hard to tell. You can't get a good sense of it. You eventually, though, carry on far enough ahead that you do hear this dish, 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 and it sounds like something is being struck. Something metal is being struck.
Could be hitting the railway.
That's no good.
You can tell you're pretty close to it. You're not quite able to see it through the darkness here, but you're getting close to it.
Have we come across the power supply yet?
Not yet. You can tell it's probably another 5 minutes walk from here. You've been walking for about 10 minutes through this area. Again, just that sound. No other spoken words between you, just walking uneasily towards it.
Well, let us proceed. Not much we can do but move forward.
Let's move. If we
And
encounter
with
this
that-
thing, we can at least go back.
As you take a few steps forward, a series of lumen strips in the ceiling activate. A couple of them sputter on and off, flickering, but 3 or 4 of them maintain their light and sort of provide illumination down to this whole strip of the spinal battery, giving kind of this light beyond Lorn's limits. And up ahead, you can see a single servitor dressed in heavily draped white robes that is walking back and forth into a sealed doorway. It has a prison of gold around its head with a brazier on top, though the brazier doesn't seem to be lit, and it's just walking back and forth into the door. And you can hear it speaking. We bring his light. We bring his light. We bring his light.
I'm sorry, it's very funny.
I am going to approach this servitor, and I want to try to interface with it.
Okay, how are you interfacing with it?
Say hello.
I'm going.
hello.
Hello. Greetings, servitor.
We bring his light.
Okay,
and
plan A
you
didn't work.
hear that the sort of the metal sounding is part of the sort of prison cage around its head is tinging off of the door here that is sealed with a cogitator unit beside it.
All right. In that case, I'm going to use my combi tool to begin interfacing immediately with its internal workings, if possible.
Okay.
I want to interface with its cogitator. I want to figure out what its orders were, and I want to see like what the fuck it's trying to do.
Okay. Give me a tech check.
You got it.
5 successes and a glory.
Yeah, you start interfacing, and there is just static in here. You definitely manage to avoid whatever it is inside of it as you interface via your combi tool and attempted to exload the data into your own internal brain cogitator. But you can tell that this is just a jumbled mess inside. You definitely manage to get out before it can do any kind of neurological damage to you. But as it does, while still banging itself up against the door, its head turns to you, and you actually hear the snapping of internal bones as it's like moving to some some impossible angle with its head as there's a cracking of bones. We bring his light. We bring his light. And then he stares and stops moving for a moment. His light does not reach. His light does not reach. His light does not reach. His light does not. And his eyes start just bleeding out black blood as he spasms and falls, the clang of the metal of his head prison echoing through this immense chamber. And he continues to spasm for about 10 seconds before coming to a complete stop.
I don't think they're supposed to do that.
No, they're not. I don't like this. Even less than I already did.
You know, we came here expecting Defakabi and Xenos. I didn't expect us to be coming through this derelict.
All of the lights go off at this, and only Lorn's floating orbs remain, and a dull glow from the cogitator unit that is beside the door the servitor was attempting to access, pulsating with a sort of dull green light.
I think you insulted the machine spirit.
No! I did not insult the machine spirit. The machine spirit here was compromised. The machine spirits of this noble vessel would surely understand!
And I'm going to walk up to the cogitator and I'm going to start arguing with the machine spirit.
Yeah, you like stomp up to this thing, and you can see that it's not even something that requires any major access. It looks like it's simply just like a press button to unlock the sealed door.
Can I get a readout on like when this door was sealed?
You could try to. You can give me another tech check. I know we're getting a lot of tech checks.
Yes,
today,
we are. Yeah. I just want to know why it's sealed. Like if this thing is 10 successes and a glory. If this thing was sealed because there's like a giant 16,000 hive tyrants behind it.
No, it looks like some crew member at some point. The data stamp is the data stamp makes no sense to you. It's like X's for the date, but it appears the door was sealed. Not any kind of like emergency lock, like no firewalls or anything placed. It's just to activate it, turn it on. But you can also tell that there's another data log that appears to be stored here. With your 10 successes, you're able to notice that's, again, someone just quickly threw a file on here.
More information. I shall play it now.
Fucking Emperor. Church here, I guess? I was off shift when whatever the fuck happened. I woke up with more bruises than scum walking out of an arbiter's precinct. Everyone seems to be running to stations. It's not my shift, so I don't think it breaks the rules if I wait a bit.
Seems they were under attack. Understandably, given the state of the ship, but at least that confirms it.
Something about church? Could it be that the Ministorum? So many tiny pieces of the puzzle, not enough room to put it together. Let us open. Yes?
I believe she was referring to her name, Church.
Well, why isn't her name something like a number to make it easier to understand?
Right.
You understand.
Door opens.
Yeah. Sure. Let's hide the door.
The door opens, Thurston.
Yeah. It just opens with a pneumatic hiss.
Is it dark inside this door?
Yeah, you could certainly move an orb into the doorway.
I take it the servitor would like to be into the room?
Oh, the servitor's on the floor, spasmed out. He's
Can we push the servitor into the room?
I mean, absolutely.
I keep one orb near us, and I send one of the other orbs floating forward.
Yeah, the orb floats into what you assume is a storage chamber. It has several crates stacked up in close proximity to one another. It's probably, you'd guess, maybe 5 by 5 meters, with various like boxes and corners. As the light goes in, that's when you hear something. We boarded. We boarded. We boarded. We boarded. It's panicked voice.
Captain Zedek, survivors.
At least one.
Oh,
Can we
wrong.
see them clearly in the light?
The orb goes in and provides illumination. Or any of you poking your head? Yeah. I'm assuming. Okay.
I put my hand on Captain Zedek's shoulder and I look at him. Say, do we have any logs or any information on how long this ship has been inoperable?
I don't know. Captain Zedek will look towards Pi. Did your readouts say anything at how long this ship has been locked down?
What say you, DM?
I mean, you don't have any logs on this. Warp travel's unpredictable.
Yeah. True. Very true.
It's, as far as you know, it's been drifting for maybe a week, maybe?
You to say we have not come across a cogitator that has liberated us of that information.
Captain Zedek will, with his arc pistol drawn, cautiously begin entering the room.
Yeah. As you do, Captain Zedek, you step in. The temperature here is about the same. It's still a bit chilly. You turn around and you see in the corner of the room, between two sets of boxes, is someone in the garb of an armsman, clutching a lasgun up against their chest, breathing heavily. We boarded. And you can see this gash of red in their thigh, and they're just wide-eyed. The crewman is looking up, clutching the lasgun. We boarded.
Guardsman, are you with me? Can you hear me? Can you see me?
We boarded.
Thurston.
Yes.
Can I do a Medicaid check to try and reset this guardsman?
Absolutely. Given the wound that this one has, absolutely. You can go ahead and give me a Medicaid. Okay, so Zedek, you've come into the room. You've come up to talk to this guy. I'm assuming then Reeb, you come in to sort of tend to the wound. Pi and Lorn, what are you two doing?
I'm going to make sure that nothing happens to Futz with our rogue trader. Anything that might have wounded this guy is probably dead, so maybe there'll be something left of it in this room.
Yeah, okay. So you're coming in and standing by Zedek. All right, and Lorn, what are you doing?
I'm currently just standing alert, still moving the torches around, just to make sure that everything's lit for everyone's convenience. That's it.
Are you just standing in the doorway then?
I think I think I've entered the room at this point.
Okay.
Because I think they had moved in my range of it, so I'm just making sure everything's lit. But I
Absolutely.
Yeah, I come in.
Okay, perfect. And so as you're all coming in, Reeb, you can give me a Medicaid check on this this individual.
Okay. That'll be a 6.
Okay, so you begin to look at the wounded thigh, and the man's voice just goes like completely ragged as you get close and start inspecting the wound. He's taking in these deep breaths. He's got this kind of oily, slick down black hair. We boarded. We boarded. We boarded.
I would like to
we boarded.
slap-
We boarded. And as you're taking a look at the wound, that's when the wound in the thigh blinks at you. As the eyes of this crewman go alight with spectral like red flame energy, and it stares, and it's like loses all of that luster or all of that sort of scared tone to its voice, and instead says, we boarded.
Lorn immediately
I
hands
think it's time
up
to
and
cut this
molten
guy.
beams it. No pause, no nothing, as if he kind of knew, and immediately whoop,
Before
just
Lorn
goes out.
blasts me and the crewman, I'd like
I mean,
to
you're
do
not
a
near
quick...
it. I mean, you're near it, but he's doing it at angles, so it won't hit you.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So you're all cool with Lorn molten beaming and not hitting the companions.
Yeah, I get a feeling we're not going to get a whole lot out of someone named the Possessed.
The possessed.
All right. Also, can
Oh,
Oh
awesome.
no.
oh
Six.
actually,
What's the
very
word?
important. Can all of you give me a resolve test as well?
Oh.
Terrific.
I rolled a 6
Oh,
and I
good.
complicated.
Good. Give me a resolve
Oh.
test too. This will matter.
I'm going to drop some glory behind this.
I have rolled 2.
I will drop 3 behind this.
I will fucking drop 3. Can I use 2 so I don't?
Yeah, let's do
That's fine.
2 because I don't want to absorb too much shit.
I'm also gonna re-roll and use my last wrath. Oh dear.
I just
Oh,
rolled a 2.
dear.
I'm going to take the 2.
Okay.
For my resolve, I rolled a
successes.
5 and I got a glory.
Okay. 5 in glory.
I
I'm gonna
will
re-roll. Where is it?
Yeah, I'm gonna spend my wrath to re-roll that.
Tell everybody what you rolled, by the way, so people
I
in
got a
audio know what you
2.
got.
So I got a 2, and then I got an icon on the extra.
That should be 3.
Everyone do your math, then I'm going to go through you really quick so we can not have everyone talking over each other.
That
All
is
right.
a good fucking idea.
Pie Braine, what did you get on that resolve?
I got a 3.
Okay, sweet. Reeb.
Reeb? Earndil?
I had a 2. But I
Okay,
said
2.
that.
Okay.
Yeah. It
I'm
did
just
pick up,
going
my
through
bad.
everyone. Yeah. Lorn.
I had a 5 and my glory got turned into a complication by a audience member.
Okay.
Terrific.
Perfect.
Nice.
And Zedek.
I got a 4 and a complication.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so the complications for Lorn and Zedek is that you are very, very close. Pie Braine is the only one who's kind of like not close enough to it. We will have to, however, roll the perils of the warp. We're just going to use the old perils of the warp table here. If you may give
36.
me 36. Perfect. So that's going to be, the miasma of decay. The stench of rotting meat and decaying flesh rises from the ground within 25 meters. Everyone, give me a toughness test, including those protected by technological breathing apparatuses. Oh, and that's nice. Toughness, difficulty 3 on this.
I got a 2 and I complicated.
Complication. Beautiful.
I got a
okay.
2.
So Zedek fails. Lorn fails. Pie Braine succeeds. And Reeb.
Why is it not rolling? I've hit it twice now, please.
I would like to use a glory to try and get a 3.
Oh, don't worry.
Yeah, you can certainly use a glory.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. So the only one who fails here is Lorn. Lorn, you take 1 point of shock as this like psychic complication causes you to retch at the smell, but your molten beam slams into this thing as like it trails this arc past Reeb, not even coming close to hitting him, striking this thing that has now come up from the crewman, the skin of it pocking and creating little eyes that blink and its skin distorting. The molten beam strikes true. Will you roll damage for the molten beam for me, please?
Sure thing. Give me one moment as I get that ready for you. And
Absolutely.
beam of damage, 18.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, you slam into this with the molten energy. It causes its where do you hit it? Like, where are you aiming the molten beam
I'm
on
point blank in its chest.
Absolutely. Okay, so it goes straight into its chest, and it's just like kind of hits the chest and then spreads. You get that kind of like almost like lava cracking over its chest. The whole time it doesn't seem to take note. Instead, its face is still staring out at Reeb, and it speaks in this just deep, more defined tone than when you came in. We boarded. We boarded. And then it explodes. But as it explodes, it actually bursts in a meat explosion, as well as something supernatural that flies out at all of you. And I just need to roll a thing real quick here. So each of you would take a total of 9 damage. So if your resilience is equal, you'll take a point of shock. Otherwise, you'll take 9 damage and then minus your resilience as this blast hits you.
May I spend a wrath to possibly cast telekinetic dome, seeing it about to explode, to try to protect me and my friends?
Oh, like narrative declaration to create a dome?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like, oh no, it's exploding. Telekinetic dome.
Oh, okay. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. If it's okay with everybody else, may I dedicate 2 glory to this to try to increase chances of upgrading it to get everybody and not just me?
Please do.
Yeah, and mark yourself down the wrath, because this is an immediate reaction, so yeah.
Also, someone gave you back a wrath pipe.
Oh, thank you. Ah!
I have to add the bonus wrath die, so please give me a moment. Bonus die 2, and then kabam. I got a 10, but I would like to spend my... I should be able to get boost that, right? I need 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can boost it. No, I can't boost it. I need to re-roll.
But then you might
allow me to re-roll again, and I have to spend another wrath and then re-roll.
Okay.
Now I have a 13 now, so I should be able to boost it up to where I get everybody around me.
Absolutely, yeah. So, and the dome provides some protection, right?
Yeah, it's not going to stop it, but increases it and basically gives you resilience +2, and if it does any mortal damage, it can it'll soak that as well. It can soak any mortals. Also, Captain Zedek, you were given back a wrath. So basically, say for example, my resilience is 6, so I have 6, 7, 8. So I would take after a toughness test, I would take 1.
Yeah. And everyone else, I think, just would take a shock because of the dome.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you want to give me the determination test, Lorn, just to see if you can soak that 1 point of damage. The rest of you take 1 point of shock from all of this happening.
I have 3 successes, so I think I take it.
Absolutely. So, yeah, this thing just explodes, and the dome comes up and protects all of you, except for you, Lorn. Some of this, just you kind of step in front to create the dome, so you get a little bit of spatter on you from this as chunks of gore and viscera coat you a bit, and then the thing is silent and dead.
I look at Captain Zedek. Mr. Zedek.
Lorn?
You said coming into here that you possibly saw 1,000 individuals or so, did you?
Yeah.
We're no longer... I do believe that is correct, Captain Zedek. I am suspecting we're going to have to deal with 1,000 cursed souls upon this.
Something within me, something within my gut tells me that we should not have come on this ship.
No, Captain Zedek. We should have destroyed this ship from far, far away. We're no longer dealing with that of just normal creatures. We're dealing with the warp, Captain Zedek.
Perhaps it is not worth our time to be here then. Shall we turn around and begin moving back?
No! These monsters... These monsters wouldn't have come here if there wasn't something worth protecting. Honestly, between the Dark Eldar, these war
Captain
creatures...
Zedek puts a hand on Braine's shoulder. Oh, for once, a turn of the tables. Braine, whatever is here that there are warp entities about, we don't want to find out.
Oh, we're going to take our break right there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, everyone. We're going to take a break and everything else. Hope you guys are enjoying it so far. We will be right back. Go get yourself a drink and everything, and we will be right back.
So after the strange crewman attempted to assault you and then was exploded by a psychic molten beam that has spattered only Lorn in a slight bit of gore and viscera, you find yourselves in this side storage room partway into the depths of the Carillon, a large vessel of the Missionarius Galaxia. Now our heroes are debating their next course of action as they huddle in this storage room. I'm handing it back to our players.
Yes. It is true that we are facing off against the most pernicious foe we could have, and it is also true the risk to our bodies and souls is near infinite. But we mustn't lose track of why we're here. What we do here, even if it costs us our lives, even if 3 of us die, or all of us die for the information to be transmitted, we can come to the bottom of a conspiracy that threatens the very Primarchs. It is our duty as Imperial servants to see this through.
Alternatively, Braine, what we could instead encounter is our deaths, and then the only people investigating Mr. DeFuckerby die out here with no one else to back up their claims. And then he gets away with it anyway.
Lorn raises
And we
his
fail.
hand. Gentlemen,
Yes, Lorn.
I have a question for you, Captain Zedek. Since
You have the floor.
this ship is tainted by the powers of the warp, and by chaos itself is evident, wouldn't salvage rights therefore be denied, considering this ship is now tainted, and the purge would be very heretical to bring chaos-tainted machinery and everything back to any holdings of the Imperium? I would suggest that we either destroy this ship, holding any evidence, and either blow it up or find a way to purge.
That is a very, very good point. Well, I don't know how many, well, I think I have an idea of how many horrible, horrible things are on this ship. So I don't know if we have the resources at hand to purge all of it. But we can certainly flee and deny them rights to salvage. It does pose, I relent and say it does pose the issue of the trail going cold in terms of our mutual adversary.
I feel there is information to be found here, and that we must still investigate what we can find here, explore the ship. But we must be very careful. And much as I think our ship might be able to do some damage, I don't think we can explode it with a deck collector. And what is that noise?
It's probably another baby.
May I do an awareness check to look for the origin of the noise?
You can tell it's just coming outside the room.
I look outside the room, bring a orb over.
Yeah, you poke your head out and you can see just in the corner near where the servitor has clanged to the floor is another one of the cherubims that is spraying down, and as it's humming, and its head looks up as you peer out, Lorn, and it gets this like almost smile on it as it stares at you. Cleanliness is holiness. And its wings cause it to like float up, and it has this like blood-soaked rag in one hand, and it's got its like spritzer arm in the other, and it seems to be looking at you, Lorn.
I think I'm going to shoot it with my plasma gun.
Okay.
Shooting
Past Lorn just to hit the baby.
Yeah, I don't trust like that.
For once, Pi, yes, please go ahead and shoot the baby.
Yeah. 5 successes.
Yeah, a bolt of superheated plasma, like full eyes out past Lorn's face, strikes the cherubim in the chest, causes it to explode. Bits of like vat-grown flesh matter and metal go flying, causing this clattering sound as it just, the debris of it rains across the side of the maglev tracks.
Now that I have successfully killed the baby. Gentlemen, it seems as though our course is set. We must, indeed, find this information. Afterwards, we do everything in our power to ensure this place is destroyed. I don't think anyone will disagree with that. Aye?
Yes. Aye.
Aye.
Reeb?
Very well.
Good. And take heart. And I'll put my plasma gun back on my back, take out my sword. Remember the tales of Zeta Ventari, who once held an entire munitions plant by herself.
I'm walking forward.
Cold campaign. We will do the same here today.
I want to try to give a rousing speech. I have 2 points in leadership.
Okay, give me a rousing speech.
Yeah, I will try to give a rousing speech.
Please complicate so that Reeb has an excuse to argue with you.
Yes, I mean, I'll spend a glory on this. It's not going to be fantastic. Pie's not an orator, but he's very passionate.
Sure.
That is 4 successes.
It's a Medicaid check.
It's a Medicaid check.
That is not what I intended to roll. However, it is the same pool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 4 successes. All right. Yeah, you provide a little bit of rousing, but the more notable thing is the way your voice just echoes down this spinal area as you loudly proclaim the victories of Theta.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Can I do something, DM?
Yes? Question mark?
Yes, good. You gave me permission. I spent a red point. I blew up the ship. No. I'll spend a wrath point to, if possible. This would definitely need your approval. Can my leadership check there, I know it's not spectacular, provide some sort of bonus for resolve checks moving forward, even if it's just the first one?
I will allow you to give 1 free glory to one person of your choice who is not you.
Okay. Onwards, men! For the Gloria!
Lead the way.
Captain Zedek will turn over to
more of the
Reeb.
lights start flickering on at that.
I mean Graia. All right, let's go.
Do you have any idea what he was talking about, Reeb?
Not in the slightest.
Feels a little better, though. Not by much. Hurts only a little bit.
Not entirely, actually. I don't believe in this at all. I feel like we should have left, but...
Oh, you're absolutely right. We could absolutely bail on this entire endeavor. But we won't. That's not what we do.
The pneumatic hiss of a door fills the air here, but it's a door that you passed from behind you.
I'm going to ready my flamer behind me.
Sure.
Not getting the jump on it again.
Mm-hmm. Now, when I do my battle cry, should I say For Lemuria so they know the name of the people who've defeated them? Or should I say Graia so they'll curse Graia instead?
And wandering out from the door is another armsman whose flesh is distended and warped, its eyes having this sickly red glow to them, clutching onto its rifle as it leers out, holding a lasgun, its head cracking at odd angles, staring.
Hello, I was ready for you this time. With that, I'm going to flamer him to ideally to death, but we'll see.
Yeah, give me a give me a ballistic skill.
I'll give you a 7. Fwoosh.
Whoosh, and you can shift and like just catch the entire doorway, and you can see as you're just like burning these figures down, 3 of them have emerged out of the doorway, and you catch them all on fire just by maneuvering. The 3 are now ablaze. Reeb, you took first action. One of them is going to then go, and what it does.
So I'm not rolling
is-
damage on that?
Actually, yeah. Sorry, roll me damage. Well,
Just so I can shift. Can I shift twice for damage?
You can shift twice for damage, or you can shift to catch them all. That's the
I'll
2
shift
choices.
to catch them all in that case.
Yeah,
Then.
cool.
I fwoosh them for 11 damage, the maximum possible damage.
Whoa!
That is real good. Okay. Yeah, the first one will actually crumble under that. The other 2 are like caught on fire and sort of like maneuver out of the hall.
Yeah, no, fuck this. Captain Zedek will fire his arc pistol at the ready.
Are you going to spend a glory to seize?
Yes!
Okay.
I'm going to.
Yeah, totally.
Swiggity swooty, I'm about to zap their booty. Here it comes. And a 1 and a complication.
Yeah!
Incredibly based.
Arc pistol's out of ammo. Click. And it misses.
It's out of ammo and misses.
Yes.
You're dead and crazy.
You're more shocked that they aren't reacting to the fire. Like the 2 that have walked out seem to take no note of this. I will have the one that is on fire go. Let's see here. Do that. Okay. It's going to take 1d3 mortal wounds. It is not looking good, but it is still somehow standing. And Reeb, it turns to you, and even though it is ablaze, it raises up a lasgun and fires it at you.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems to be unloading like everything it's got at you.
Of course it does. It's full auto. It has no control over its gun,
Yeah.
which would assumedly mean that it's horribly inaccurate. Which, thank God for that complication.
Yeah, so it complicates. The power cell of the gun goes completely dead as it unloads everything into it. It seems to have no ammo left and actually just drops the weapon as it just expels everything out of it. And the complication means it has no additional ammo left. But it does manage to strike you. And what's your defense? It's
Defense
3?
is 3. Yep.
Okay, perfect. So it then strikes you and does a total of 8 damage, which I think just matches your resilience. So
Yep.
you'll take 1 point of shock from that, as
Okay,
these
down.
like streaks of red light come around you, and it just sort of lets out this moan well on fire, having dropped the las gun to the ground. Who would like to go next? There
I
are
will
2
not
of these
suffer
flaming
any
things.
chaos.
I would vote Pie Braine to go next.
How many are left?
There are 2. Like again, 3 of them walked out of that doorway. The first one got flamered down instantly. The other 2 are on fire. One of them is now without a gun.
Okay, I will. I'm going to run up and I'm going to multi-attack them with my power sword.
Okay.
So the first one, if I'm not mistaken, has no malices, right? And that's the second one that takes the multi-attack malice. Or do they both?
Correct.
Okay. Cool.
Wait, no, I believe they every skill check takes the penalty.
Okay.
Unless you have something special for multi-attacking.
No, I have not spec out there yet.
Okay.
In that case, for the unwounded one, I will be attacking that one first.
Okay.
With 11.
Yep. Absolutely.
Am I shifting
Defense
3?
3. Yep. Defense 3.
Okay. 15 AP 3.
Cool. It explodes on you, covering you in gore, and doing 9 points of damage to you as it explodes and lets out this blast of energy over you.
Okay, I'll take a shock.
Okay.
Next one.
Mm-hmm.
Similar story.
Mm-hmm.
13 damage AP3. That's the wounded one.
Yeah, and that will cause that one to also explode. Will do nowhere near that damage. It will only do, in fact, 5 damage to you, so it kind of like bounces. So you take that. You're now covered in the blood of these bodies. You've come up, slice them, and as you slice them, they're like flesh splits open, and thousands of eyes pop open and stare at you before they explode and just cover you head to toe. The red, the bright, vibrant crimson and blue of Lemuria is now stained a darker red hue from whatever foul liquids are in its body before it collapses and then explodes in a heap.
Consider yourself keelhaul boarded.
We boarded.
No,
And then from in front of you, you see a much larger group heading towards you. This time, there are what looks to be 12 of them advancing down the tramway towards you.
They're advancing down the tram?
Like along the side of like the same path you are. These ones are just coming from in front of you. The 3 you just took down popped out behind you. You turned, you executed all of them. Now there's a group of 12 that is advancing towards you. They are advancing in a group that is now being dimly illuminated. I need all of you to give me a resolve test, please. The difficulty here is 5.
I'll give you that. However, I would like to ask from which direction? From the same one that they just came out of?
No. This is ahead of you. So basically, these 3 came up behind you. Now there's a new group that is now advancing down the tram towards you that has just become illuminated.
Can I take 2 glory to try and do another resolve? Because I would like to not shit roll on this.
Yeah.
My resolve is very bad.
I will also be taking 2 glory, if that's okay.
Butthead.
It's all of our glory.
I got 2 and a complication. Doesn't matter anyway. Life
I'm
is
gonna try
bad.
and wrath this.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a 3. I will wrath mine as well. And I... Oh, yeah, you clicked a older thing, probably. I rerolled and failed and complicated instead.
And you said it was difficulty 5?
5.
Okay, I will spend the wrath and reroll.
Nope. Same 4.
You do have 1 point of free glory pie that you can give to anyone who's not you. The best chance... I mean, technically, anyone here except...
I
you.
believe in Captain Zedek.
Okay. Roll me a D6, Captain Zedek.
Thank you.
4 or higher
buddy.
and you pass.
Nope.
No.
I love it. We love rolling
Yeah.
ones.
Chat just
We all
gave us
like
the
your-
3, but it's
Your
that's after the
overconfidence
stuff.
here has been great, but then like as you take down those 3, you turn to see this horde advancing. All of you are now taken aback by this. You all suffer the fear condition, which is -2 to all of your checks until you get it removed, and someone to remove it has to spend an action giving a leadership test that is 5 or higher. It is, however, a new combat round. Who
wait,
would
Lorn
like to
didn't go.
first?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Lorn. Yeah, Lorn can still go. That's right.
Yeah, I'm glad I got feared before I wanted to do all my thingamajigs.
Yeah, get wrecked.
You're welcome.
Someone donate. I don't know what they added to it, so I'll just assume it's glory. So with that, is the hallway lit up enough without my orb, or is it pure dark?
It's lit up now because some of the lumen strips
Okay.
are on. It's kind of like you've got illumination in your immediate area, and then beyond that, it's kind of like flickering on and off.
Okay, but basically we can see them still, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay,
It's
so
almost like
I'm
the light
going
wanted
to,
you to see them.
Like I'm going to. My plan changed as soon as the thing came in.
Do you need a moment to
God.
think? Because I actually have something I could help out with potentially.
What's your plan?
I have a funny ability that lets me possibly help us in the long term.
I
Well,
was just gonna
is-
start buffing and
Wait,
blasting.
yeah, but
sure.
it's not your turn yet. Because
Yeah, it's
remember,
It's okay. Easy to forget.
Okay, so
All right, Lauren, what are you doing?
I'm gonna help my friends out.
Okay.
And try again. The talent cutting dome I did before, I can't sustain that for super long, so it immediately got dropped. Or whatever, or else I suffer a lot of shock damage. So I'm gonna try to do my very best. I'm gonna spend just to make sure I can do a whole bunch of cool stuff. May I spend the vast majority of the glory to to basically buff the hell out of this telekinetic dome?
Sure.
Also, for people donating, please specify in your message what you're doing, because I have no idea what you're doing for the thing. But yeah, I'm gonna do 5 so we can do a thing. 1, 2, 3, 5.
Cool.
It's basically just to cover all of us. Oh, now do telekinetic dome and bloop. If it'll activate, there we go. And I complicated because I'm also boosted because I have to exchange a spell.
Absolutely.
And actually that is on 2 bonus wrath. So actually minus the complication bit there because that's not supposed to be there. It's supposed to be 2, not 3 wrath die. I don't think that's enough, and I'm gonna spend 1 of my wrath to re-roll
Okay.
that thing. I'm sorry for taking so long on this. And I have an 11, and I think I can boost it up only 3. God damn it. Okay, well, at least I can do the range. So everyone
you
near
get
me
plus,
will basically be
plus
covered.
2 meters, right? Because you're
Yeah.
rank 2 or yeah.
Okay, and also Braine. Sorry, there's like a million things. So Braine got a wrath, I got a wrath back, I think Reeb got a wrath back, and I think Zedek got a wrath back. And then multiple glory things, sorry. And with that, I'm doing that, and obviously dropping the psychic orb, so life isn't too bad for me. And additionally, I'm going to molten beam the entire hallway down on everything that's coming at us.
Sure. So it's a line. You're not going to get all of them, but you'll.
I'm not
get
sure how.
I'm treating them like a mob. So
is.
yeah, you can give me the molten beam. Remember, the difficulty goes up by 2. It also goes up by another 2 because you're afraid.
No, it does not go up by additional 2. I dropped. I still have the talent thing that allows me to do multiple.
Oh yeah. That's right. Yeah.
So it's only just by 2. So it's their target defense. So plus 2 of their target defense on this attack, and then 6. And now that complication shouldn't be there because it should be not 2 bonus wrath die. It should be 1, and that is a 6 against them. So it's like their defense plus 2 for the difficulty bit.
Yeah. Now your thing you have, that's for that you have a talent that lets you like ignore the penalty for sustaining, but not for casting twice in a round, do you? Because you don't have anything that lets you cast twice.
Yeah, that would be an additional 2, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so it actually...
Yeah, so that would be a failure.
The molten beam goes wide.
And that's my turn. I'm going to end it, so I'm taking too long.
Yeah, no, your beam like heads off past them. Like you create the dome and you try to reach out to channel a molten beam, but it goes flying past the heads of them as they steadily advance towards you. That is the end of the first combat round. Second combat round has begun. Who would like to go first?
I believe we should give it to Zedek.
Zedek.
I would like to make a simple action and announce to the party that, man, this is the scariest thing I have ever seen in my entire life. It's a real shame that they're so keen on meeting us at close range. That's gallows humor, so I would like to make a fellowship test DN2 to attempt to restore shock to all party members.
Nice.
Ooh.
Do it.
Here it comes. As soon as fellowship loads.
I believe in you. I believe in the fellowship.
It's a 3.
It's 3, so it succeeds, and you have 1 icon, so you will get your rank. You're still rank 2, right? Right. I'm not. Or are you rank 3 now? I forget.
We're rank 3.
Yeah. Okay. I wasn't sure if you were 2 or 3. Yeah, you're 3 now. That's right. All right. So you'll get recover 1 plus. Recover shock, so equal to your rank, so 3 plus 1. So all of you get 4 shock back.
Yay!
Cool.
You did it.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
They're gonna go.
Do we want to have Reed maybe interrupt with some flame fire?
We got a glory to throw at that.
Yes, we do.
got 5 glory in the tank.
Then I will drink 1 glory and I will go before them and set them on fire.
I will drink a rune.
I will drink another glory.
You can't. We've already had this discussion.
Well, like, what if we could? Just think about it.
I will drink my water.
But no.
Okay, fine. I'll allow it, I suppose.
That's right.
I'll allow it as the GM. Go ahead.
Yeah, as the GM,
Thank
I'll
you,
allow
thank
that.
you, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'm so glad here.
Mhm.
Good. I rolled a 1. That means they're going to target Pie Braine. And one of them advances up, and these like sort of strangely possessed, like glowing eye creatures with rippling flesh stares, and it raises up a weapon that looks oddly familiar to you, Pie Braine, because it has the same sort of lambent plasma glow as your plasma gun. And as they're chanting, the one raises up the rifle, points it at you. We board it, and it fires at you.
That is unfortunate.
Yeah, it's at medium range here, so. Ooh.
Unfortunately, my defense is higher than 2.
All right, mark me down another rune point there, please, Zoran. I'm gonna re-roll that. Dark powers and stuff. A 5?
A 5 would equal my defense if I were behind cover.
Good. Then it will hit you.
If you guys could help me with some bookkeeping.
What's up?
Did you spend glory recently?
We used
just one.
and then
Just
he
one,
countered
thank you.
for the ruin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
then you just
that's
did
why I
one.
was down
Okay,
to 2
thank you.
instead of the 1.
There's a
I should
lot
be
of-
down another rune point.
Yeah, I got you -1. You have 3 left. I apologize.
I should be
It's like-
down another one though, because I used one to
Okay.
interrupt too. So
Okay,
should
I
be down.
apologize.
No,
There's a
you're good.
lot of info. I'll go ahead and continue.
You're good.
Does
Okay.
Dome help me?
Dome helps you on the resilience here, so you're going to get +2 resilience.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And I'm not able to shift anything. However, I am going to get a bunch of extra damage dice because they overcharge.
Okay, oh boy.
So 16 with AP -3.
That is a venerable amount.
Yes.
Well,
So
let's see what happens.
Yes, let us.
All right. So I am at resilience. What am I?
11 because of the dome.
Okay, cool. So I'm back to 9. That was going to give me 7 damage in total. I'll roll some determination.
Mhm.
All right, getting 4. I will happily soak 4.
Cool.
And that is going to leave me with 3 wounds taken.
Absolutely. So yeah, you get smashed by this bolt of plasma as the voices continue. We board it. Reeb, you're up.
Okay, I will use my funny flame weapon attack
Okay.
and use my own discount molten beam to attack them.
Absolutely. Roll me an attack roll.
You got it. I fire.
Line will get 2, and then you can shift to get more. Ooh. Okay, so the complication is the complication of the session, in fact, given the theme, is you run out of ammo. So it like you do a blast. You just hit 2 of them. You can't shift at all because you're still suffering from the fear effect. So you strike 2 of them and catch them on fire. You can roll me damage, and then your flamer goes.
As in addition to hitting them with fire, can I unscrew the promethium can and throw it at them too?
Yeah, out of spite. Yes, absolutely. Just yeah, and the 10 points of damage will strike. I think because this is a mob that will actually, it'll just kill 2 of them. So you manage to burn and take down 2 of them, which fall as the others are sort of advancing up. So there's 10 of them left now.
I don't even want to be here in the damn first place, and I'm not dying to bloody rotten chaos! Out of my way!
All right, then I think it's our turn.
You interrupted to put Reeb in. I interrupted, so I took precedence over Reeb. So yeah, I think it goes back to you. Yeah.
Okay. Do we want Lorn? You can do a nice multi-attack. So are we fighting a mob? So is it like a mount hit, or is it damage done that kills this mob?
It's a mount hit. So hits matter here. It's just I'm treating them like basically they won't have as many wounds as like a single guy. So it's way more cinematic-y, but don't worry about the mechanics.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So
Zedek,
Zoran, do
you
you
can
want?
go.
Zedek already won.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I can go ahead and go. I'm still sustaining the telekinetic dome.
Mhm.
So now I'm just gonna basically molten beam again. Like I'm obviously like wanting to also take any cover if there's anything in the hallway. Like say for example, there's like a doorway or
there's
something.
nothing
a
on
little
this
bit.
tram track. There's just the side
okay,
doors
sorry.
that you would have to run into another room.
Gotcha. I'm going to molten beam. One of the huge groups that I can and try to get as many people as I can. And shaboosh.
Yeah.
As it rolls. Come on, roll 20.
As it
you
rolls,
can do it.
I believe.
Rolling.
So
And
4,
I'm gonna
so
re-roll
you'll...
that.
Okay.
I can get a much higher hit than that.
Ooh.
And I got a 10.
Okay. So that will strike. Now, the way that Molten Beam works is it's a line. Since this is just an advancing wall coming towards you, you'll strike 2 of them basically, because you don't like you're not like a flamer. You don't get to like Superman shift
Yeah,
it. You
I
just
understand
straight
you.
line. Yeah. So you can roll damage.
It is
Oh,
18.
yeah. Bzz. 2 of them just pop instantly under your Molten Beam. The remaining 8 continue to advance.
If I may take the risk, if that's okay, to do another psychic power.
Oh God. Go
I
ahead.
don't know if this is. I
You
know
can.
this is,
In the
this would be at
future, you do
-4,
have
right?
to declare them. At
Yeah,
the
no,
beginning.
you are correct. Let's just move on for me.
Okay. Just because, like, if you do 2, it increases the penalty for both.
Oh yeah,
so.
I understand you.
Okay. So yeah, you Molten Beam, pop 2 of them. They're advancing. The front line of there's now 8 of them left. Plasma guns fired, 5. Yeah, 6 of them are still there. They pull up las guns like a well-uniformed
would.
unit.
But I'd like to interrupt.
Absolutely.
Yes. And I'm going to focusing on the fucking guy with the plasma gun.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to charge on in.
Okay.
And I'm going to multi-attack. I'm going to try to get 3 of them.
Okay, so it'll be -6 to each of them.
Yeah, wouldn't it just be -2 or -4?
Minus your charge target would be -4 and the other 2 would be -6.
Oh, it stacks. I thought that it didn't stack like that because I thought it was difficulty 3 to hit these guys.
Yes, but then you're making multiple attacks. So if you're making multiple attacks every time you decide to do another action, that stacks. That's why you have to declare them all at the beginning. What you're doing.
It's that,
Okay.
and you're also feared. So it's like
and feared
another
too.
person
Oh yeah,
has
that'll
2,
help. Yeah,
and
in
then
that
2.
case,
That'll actually be -8.
yeah. Okay, well that's not fantastic.
Mhm.
So in that case, we're just going to try to kill 2.
Okay, so charge 1, attack another.
Yes.
Okay, so your charge target, you'll be at +2, -2 because of the fear, -2 for the extra attack. So it'll be at -2 for the charge target, -4 for the... Actually, -6 for the other target.
Okay, so in that case, 9 successes for the other one, and 6 successes for the other one, 4 successes for this. Fuck. Whatever. I'm just gonna roll dice. Number math.
-4. -4 dice. You get 4 less dice.
Oh, 4 less dice. I thought
Yes.
it was 4 more successes.
Well, sorry. No, not less dice. My apologies. It is difficulty goes up by 4.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay,
Yeah.
so in that case,
So that one will hit because you
Yes.
get a total of 11 there. So
Yes.
you're good on that one.
yeah,
You
so
strike
I'll-
the charge target, take him down, no problem.
Okay, cool. And then the other one is I'm looking at difficulty 11.
Yes.
Okay. Wait, let's go for it. Not quite. Tragically. So it's 3 plus.
No, actually, sorry.
No,
Maybe
difficulty
9.
9?
Difficulty
Yeah.
9. That'll hit.
Yeah. Cool. So I'll just roll damage, I guess.
Yeah, you're gonna kill both of them there.
Oh,
you
okay,
kill the
cool.
plasma gun and the regular guy beside him, so they're down to 6 left. However, both of them explode because you are in range of their.
Weren't they
explosion
just at
regeneration.
6?
Huh?
Weren't they just
No,
at
6 of them were going to shoot at you. I'm
okay,
not.
okay.
There are 2 specials in here, so.
I misunderstood. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Oh, Jeebus.
How much damage is that?
5, 6, 7, 13 from the first explosion.
Okay.
And then from the second, 9 from the second.
Okay, so nothing for the second because telekinetic dome. The other one, 13.
Actually, telekinetic dome, you've run out of range of it because you've charged them.
Oh, I thought that
is by adjacent to me. It doesn't
Yeah,
cover
it's
the
like
entire
it's
place.
close to him.
Oh,
And it's only like a meter, so Lorn is like beside all of you with just a meter
this was
down.
a calculated risk that I miscalculated. I understand. All right. Okay. So in that case, let's see what we got here.
So 1 point of shock, and then 13 from the other. So no AP. So you can. Just...
Yeah. So let's see. That's gonna be 4. It's gonna leave me down pretty fucked up at 1 wound.
Cool. Okay, that was you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I will not do those 6 guys. Instead, I will do the guy who has a chainsword, who will come through the mass towards you, Speaker D.
Mm-hmm. I thought I'd have telekinetic.
And this lovely fellow comes up to you with this chainsword that you're pretty sure blinked at you.
It's not allowed to do that.
And raises it up and attacks.
Well, that might hit.
A 9. What's
Is he
your
part of a
melee
mob?
defense?
Yeah.
Huh?
I don't think he can. Sorry, just to help. He's part of a mob, right? That guy with the chainsword.
Yeah, he's not crit.
Okay, yeah,
he's not crit.
Okay,
my melee
just to
defense.
clarify for chat and stuff.
Yeah, my melee defense is 5.
Okay, cool. So in combat, yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
So he'll shift 2 of them for 2 extra damage here.
Also, that thing complicates, by the way, Thurston.
Oh, perfect. Cool. It'll do 14 with AP -1.
That's no good. That brings me down.
That so brings you down to 0 wounds.
Yep. First time of the entire game.
Cool. So first of all, when you go to 0 wounds, I will do the complication in just a sec. But as you go to 0 wounds, the first thing you do is you get a memorable injury. Will you please roll me 1d6?
Sure thing. I would love to do that. Woohoo! 4.
Okay, so nice. It like the weight of this chainsword goes into the side of your face, tearing at your jaw, breaking your jaw. As like metallic pieces from like your face plating come searing off. So once you are taken down in this manner, you are on the verge of death. You suffer a memorable injury, which you now have, and you are now prone. You cannot stand up while you're dying, so basically someone has to heal you.
Okay, cool.
But you get knocked down as this thing comes out and it just stares at you and goes, "We board it," and just tears into you, the chains biting into the side, and you feel this strange force behind it that breaks through the metal of your face and causes you to collapse onto the ground in front of it.
I don't suppose I get a counterattack.
Do ya? I mean, I would say so. I think.
Wait, actually? Oh yeah, that's right. Because how
you're not unconscious, so you can still get a reaction.
Sure, I'll counterattack.
Sure,
absolutely. Yeah, why not? Let's pump 2 glory behind this.
Okay.
I don't need to do that. I'm not going to pump glory behind this.
Okay.
It's a power weapon, so.
Do it up.
Let's see. Famous last words, huh? Do I hit him though?
That'll hit him. You can roll me down.
You do have 2 wrath, by the way.
I do, but I did enough to. These guys aren't very durable.
Hey, Pi, you want to tell him what you rolled?
Yes, I did also roll a complication.
Yes. So I've got a complication and you've got a complication. And what I'm going to say is that roll the damage for me, please.
Sure thing.
Important.
Oh, is it? Okay.
It is, because he can explode on you.
Fair enough. Well, that's the funniest thing that could happen, Thurston.
Yeah, exactly. When you were like, "Oh man, can I make a counterattack?" I'm like, "You can?" Question mark.
All right, that's going to be 12 damage gone through,
which will take his 1 wound because he's part of a mob, so he will explode.
Okay.
Let's see what happens. Only a 7, so I don't think that actually hurts you. The complication for him was that his light chainsword was basically going to run out of juice. The complication is that I'm assuming your power sword cleaves through the weapon, cuts him down. But as you do so, you can see your power sword spark and it loses its power field.
Oh my god, that's terrible, except for it's master crafted! I ignore it.
The first one, right?
I don't know if it's... I will look that up for you.
Okay, cool. But yeah, it looks like it's about to flicker out, and then it stops. You've managed to keep the charge on it, but you're also on the floor.
Scumbag!
Okay, that was technically Pie's go. That all just happened really quickly. Who would like to go next? I think we have. Who was left? Oh, Reeb was left this round, right?
No, Reeb sent some people.
I interrupted. We're done.
That's right, you interrupted. So I think that was actually it for the combat round. So the only ones left are the now 5 remaining with the las guns. Because it's like you've killed the sergeant and the special weapon. So it's now just 6 guys with las guns.
Let me look around.
So I'm seeing 6 guys with las guns who haven't gone yet, so I'm going to use them as the last action.
Was it 6 originally, and then we just killed a couple just now?
No. It started as 12, and you have taken them down. It's just you've basically killed 2 more, but one of them was a plasma gun, and one of them was the sergeant.
Yeah, and he just killed one additional one. And you said it was 6 before that. Or am I wrong?
No, because I did kill one. I did kill one normal guy as well. Remember?
Yeah.
The number's fine.
Yeah, because you killed. Yeah. Okay. Actually, yeah, 5. No, you're right. 5 should be left.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's important for me because I was taking a guess to do multi-crush or crush multiple people because I needed to know to see how many I can get. So
5 left, and they're going because they haven't gone yet. The las gun guys, they were going to go before Pie interrupted.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have the las guns go. And you know what? They're going to shoot Pie.
Well, I'm prone.
Correct.
Can I interrupt?
Nope. This is the end of the combat round. Everyone else is gone.
So I have a question. Are these guys taking any damage from these explosions?
No, they don't. They don't take any damage from these explosions. Because it's warp power. The warp. Not even one.
Trembles with rage.
All right, so they all turn and just lower their guns. We boarded and start just firing at the guy. I mean, the red-robed tech priest.
The guy.
You know the guy. He's here.
The guy.
I'll hit, but with the prone I can only shift 1, which I won't reroll that. I'll just stick with the 2 bonus dice I'm gonna get here. For 9 total damage.
I'm fine.
Okay. Do you have shock left or?
I will have 1 shock, so I'm down to no shock.
Okay, cool. So you're now exhausted on top of everything else. All right, who would like to go?
Tired of
This
being
is the top of the round.
Who has the highest damage range attack that is not Molten Bean?
I think you.
Flamer's out. All I have left is the las gun.
And the arc pistol's out of ammo, too. I would have to reload it.
Oh, all right. Yeah, for giving me another rune point.
God damn it. Zoran, do you mind if I just shoot with the las gun?
You can
Wait,
go
you have
for
a
it.
power sword?
The thing I was going to do is I was drop all what I was currently channeling and then go unbounded and then molten beam multiple times.
Do you think you can logically get away with that without accidentally paralyzing and making life miserable?
By the roll of the dice, my friend.
Oh, is that it? Is that what you're doing, Lorn? You're just fuck it, unbound, pew pew pew.
Yeah, fucking handgun, handguns, or
you'll need to cast 3 molten
pistol
beams.
Guns.
3 molten beams will get them.
I could try it.
Yep.
I would really prefer we not do that. That sounds extremely dangerous.
It does.
3 psychic checks and low probability at each.
It does.
Admittedly, this isn't Warhammer Fantasy. It's not like you're going to be bleeding blood from all your orifices.
You guys can shoot first. and
Yeah,
it'll be less psychic checks.
Yeah,
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go for that. I'm gonna use my ancient mastercrafted lasgun, which we stole from the Funny Sound House, and I'm going to shoot them with it.
Yeah, do it up. Are you going to fire normally, or are you going to go full auto with a salvo?
I think I'll go salvo. I'll shoot my 2 shots.
Okay. So really quick, how this works is you can go full auto. You gain a number of bonus dice equal to the weapon salvo, which I think on the last gun is 2. So you get 2 extra dice on the attack.
Okay. So I'm going to fire it. So that means my... so
actually, wait. Sorry, no. Go with this one. If you make you target a mob with a spray shot, make a ranged attack against the mob as normal. If the attack is successful, you hit an additional number equal to the weapon salvo. So you can just fire it into the mob, and if you hit, you'll hit 3 targets with the last.
Okay, because it was mastercrafted, I believe we talked about this. You said it has 2 bonus dice flat compared to a regular one, so that means I'm just gonna roll like normal.
Yep.
That's an 8.
Yeah, you'll be able to shift 2 on that.
2 dice.
2 dice, unless you wanted to re-roll or do more.
I'll tell you what. Chat gave me back 1 of my wrath. I will re-roll it just to see if I can eke out a little bit more.
Absolutely.
I will with a 12 and a glory.
12 and a freaking glory. There you go. So yeah, you can eke out 4 extra bonus damage dice.
All right. I'm gonna need that because this last gun has kind of crap damage.
Mm-hmm.
So tossing the flamer aside, or just kind of dropping it, I will whip out the las gun and line it up. 10 damage. Same as the
not
flamer.
terrible.
With
Does the
additional
same
damage,
damage
kill more of them.
That'll kill 3. The 3 you hit, you kill all 3 of them.
Blam.
Very nice.
And
Well,
they all pop, and I'll be nice and say they aren't like all standing over 5.
I was about to say I'm gonna have to spend a fucking glory to interrupt, spend shock, spend a wrath to regain shock, and then T-pose on the ground.
I will declare that the last 2 are above 5, though, so be warned. But yeah, you line up your shot, Reeb, like headshots, and they all like explode as you pop them, and these like incorporeal forms come tearing through the materium and then get pulled back to whatever hellish dimension they're from, and they all just drop. There are 2 left. The 2 get to go.
Hold on.
Would you like to interrupt?
Yeah, I want to interrupt.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to multi-action.
Yeah.
I would
Okay, wait, you
advise waiting.
can't.
Hang on.
Well, no, because I'm doing something that's not like I'm going to... If I can hurt multi-action and hit someone, then I'm happy. If I can't...
The problem is that you are currently dying.
Also,
Yes.
speakers, Lorn's trying to say something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
What's up,
sorry. I was advising not to do that because 1, you're exploding, 2, you're dying, and you can allow like at least Lorn and Captain Zedek to come in and save you.
Well,
so
no,
you don't
but
have to make this more complicated.
Well, no, the issue is that if they explode on top of me, I have no shock and no health.
Oh no, that's fine. I was going to cast Crush and get you out.
Yeah, no, but if I just spend a turn, I can refresh all of my shock with a wrath.
Oh,
And then
that's right.
when they
You are
explode,
correct.
I'm going to be taking like 1 shock. So,
However, you can't do a multi-action because while you're dying, you cannot take multi-actions.
okay, that's fair. In that case,
You could take your turn, go, and then get your shock back.
Okay, yeah. In that case, I'm just going to do that. So I'm going to just interrupt, spend a wrath, regain my shock as I bolster myself. For Lemuria! For Lemuria!
Knock him down a wrath.
You've defeated me!
Yeah. I forget how much you get back from that.
It is a rank plus tier. So I would get 5.
Okay, and that, yeah, okay, cool.
Mhm.
Yes, rank plus tier. Okay, cool. Yeah, and then you interrupt to do that. Then they aren't actually interested in you because they think they've kind of like dealt with you. They're gonna raise their lasguns and try to shoot at Reeb, who has been like expert at hurting them.
Just to make sure, Braine interrupted, right?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
And they are going to take 2 shots at Reeb. Well,
Terrific.
1 shot at Reeb.
I'm still
2
mostly at full health, so this can only possibly hurt me.
I think at 8, so I can shift 1.
Yeah, you should be near me within the dome.
Yeah, he is in the dome. So what's your resilience?
Resilience 8, but with the dome that goes up by 1, doesn't it?
It goes up by 2, so you'll take no damage. The dome will actually wait, yeah, because you hadn't dropped the dome yet, because you hadn't dropped everything. Yep. Yeah. So the dome protects you from any damages. These two start like shooting wildly at you.
Lights are flickering around the damn thing like some kind of...
Yeah, like you can see Lorn's hand outstretching. So Zedek and Lorn, who would like to go?
Zedek, go ahead.
All right.
If otherwise, I was going to cast Crush on them to hold them in. I don't know if that'll probably kill them. So if you want to do anything cool or neat or anything else, I'll leave it up to you.
That will depend on the answer to this question.
Yes.
Now, since we haven't been futzing about with ammo for the arc pistol for some time and just kind of having it cut on and cut off, can I use a simple action to technically reload it by turning it back on? Or is this thing just kaputski?
Like, I'll assume you have, like, each of you had the 3 ammo for your weapons. So at this point, you will be down to 2 ammo once you reload it. But I'll assume you have, like, an extra pack on you.
Okay. I will use a simple action to reload the arc pistol.
Yeah.
And then I will lay into the remaining 2.
So you're going to multi-shoot both of them? That'll be 2 actions, because, yeah, the simple doesn't count.
For anyone wondering why I didn't reload my flamer, it's because now Pi is very well mired in the middle of them, and we saw what happened last to attack Pi Braine with fire. He almost died, which was bad. I don't want to do that again.
It's the thing.
It was bad. It hurt.
So, okay, Zedek. So it'll be difficulty +2, plus you're also still afraid of them, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
It doesn't. The gallows humor doesn't fix that.
So it'd be -6 on both of your shots. Well, technically, their defense goes up by 6.
Something tells me I should probably not do that.
You could give an inspiring speech and remove the fear.
Yeah, you got a leadership. You could do that. You are the leader.
Oh,
and then just trust in Lorn to take out the last 2. I mean, what's
you could leadership Lorn to try and fix his fear.
Wait. Yeah. What do you want to do, Zedek? Zedek, it's up to you. What are you going to do?
I will try and shoot one to make it a little bit easier for Lorn.
Okay, so it's just a -2. Reload, shoot.
Okay,
totally.
Let's go. 6.
You will hit.
All right. And the damage. It's going to be 15 at AP
it's going to
-1.
explode. Yeah, it explodes. This bolt of electricity chars the flesh. It leaps its head back. It screams out and then bursts right near Pi for 10 points of damage.
I don't like that very much, so I think I'm going to roll a determination. If you don't mind.
Do it up.
Don't die.
Okay, I'm good. I will soak the 2.
If you didn't roll that 6, it would
actually
be bad.
I will soak the 1. Haha.
Yes, because it only as like more like flaming warp tainted matter splashes into you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Lorn.
Right. I guess I'll just cast Crush on one.
Yeah, do it up.
And if it survives, then that just means we just drag Pi Braine out to have him stop getting hit. Right, and bloop. I cast Crush upon it, complicate twice.
Hell yeah.
Cool. That'll hit it, luckily. Roll the damage. We'll see if it matters here.
Just 10. I think it's like
10
one
actually is enough to
damage
kill
die.
it. It only has 1 wound, so you'll pop it. It explodes. It doesn't do enough damage.
Yeah, I was about to ask if no, it doesn't do damage. It's fine. I was going to see if I can do a narrative decoration, like the Crush like contains the explosion, like it explodes, but it holds and then goes back in. But it's okay.
That's just cool. So I'll just let you do that as narrative description of the damage not being enough to hurt Pi this time. As you like hold it all.
The explosion come in, but it boom, and then just slowly just constricts in.
It's like when you kill a tech priest in Tau Fire Warrior, the video.
Yeah.
God damn it. But all that extra narrative work causes your psychic powers to go a bit awry. Will you roll me 2d6, please?
Yes.
With a plus
I always
10
love
on
it
this.
when I see complication and the name.
This is a rare time that we actually see this happen. So if I, for chat, basically, if I double complicate, because if I can unbound as a Psyker and get more Wrath die, so this is actually pretty bad. So this is plus 10 to this roll, and if I rolled super high, I go to another table, which is worse shit.
Yeah. So actually, I think, wait, is this plus 10 or is this?
I think 20th or something.
For every additional one you roll, it's plus 10. So it's not plus 20, that it's plus 10 for every additional one. It's plus. Okay. So, oh gosh, I like this one. This one's fun. Banshee Scream. A mighty roar akin to a sonic boom crashes through the air. Lesser animal life forms, insects, rodents, avians within 25 meters are instantly killed. Everyone else suffers 1d3 shock. So all of you suffer 1 shock. And you all have to give me a... It won't matter because Staggered will go away after this, so you don't even have to worry about the test. But basically, you're all like... Yeah, you basically all are winded for a moment from this like terrifying screech.
So I assume it's done now. Oh, they're all dead.
Yeah. And then the last one collapses. And then there is a silence.
Zedek will rush over to Pie.
I turn off the telekinetic dome and everything else and come up to Pie and try to prop him up to the side of the wall there.
We boarded. And you hear this coming from behind you. This chortle, this cacophony far in the distance. We boarded. But then it gets distorted as more and more voices add in. We boarded, 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 until it becomes like just a sonic wall from some distance behind you.
The time to retreat has passed. Move forward. I'm going to very quickly medicate Pie.
Yeah, so basically, you can do like one immediate Medicaid check, just to get him going here.
Slam! I will 6 and complicate, and I'm going to re-roll that with my last wrath because that sucks dick.
Absolutely.
I'll get 6 and I got eat my
Wow. Pie must speak in Spanish for the rest of the game.
Well, not quite. However, you will succeed. You'll be able to restore 2 wounds to Pie.
Congrats. Do I break his
But you're
jaw?
you're rushed, and that's all you're going to be able to get to him for the next hour. Like, until you can regroup for an hour, you're not going to be able to get any more healing onto him. You guys are rushing now. What are you doing?
We must proceed forward. Onward.
I was kidding.
Okay.
I'm gonna slap him up the head, and I'm gonna keep going.
We are straight up. We got one direction to go. We are going it.
Yeah, okay, so you guys are just like all... Okay, now we've reached the scene in Moria where Gandalf starts running.
While this is happening, can I reload my flamer for one of my reloads?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So you'll be down 1 ammo on that. This is important, by the way. As you all start to rush, you notice that the lights are starting to flicker out. So, Lorn, are you going to recast lights again?
I guess. Let's see if I summon Scarbrand due to a fucking flashlight.
That'd be funny.
Woot woot.
Don't give
the regeneration thing.
Don't give him any hope now, Zoran.
Yeah, like, come on. This has been such a hard session on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 10.
So say I'm assuming the same thing. Create two balls of light. One that's kind of like
2 balls of
with
light
your group, and one that's forward. Yeah.
If we're going confused, I just click regeneration just so it's just easier to do light. It's the same rolls, but 2 balls of light, 1 on us, 1 in the front.
Okay. So you start rushing ahead.
Yes, Pie.
Tell us one of your famous jokes.
Well, I would, but it's really hard to make light of this situation.
I'll kill you.
I'm using Gallows humor to restore shock. There you go.
That's actually Pie's reaction.
Okay, well, I'm gonna wrap this one.
It actually just makes Reeb angry.
You
makes him angry.
Oh my God.
A 0 on the first roll, but it turned it into a 2. It's okay.
Yeah, which is enough to restore rank. So 3 icons.
Oh my God.
Get your shot, boys.
You are running, and you give your gallows humor as you are running, and the wall behind you is getting louder, and then suddenly in front of you you start hearing "we boarded we," and you see off in the distance, even though you have the sort of spectral or psychic lights one ahead of you to sort of illuminate the way. Beyond even that light's reach, you start seeing pinprick glows in the darkness, the eyes of these malformed crew, and you can tell that there must be hundreds ahead of you. We boarded.
Thurston, we
Yes.
got enough light in this tunnel, right?
Oh yeah, you've got your psychic.
Are we able to see any openings? Because this surely can't just be one long, solid tunnel of nothing.
No. As I've said, there are regular like doorways off to the side that connect into the more interior parts of the ship. What you're in is literally the ship's highway.
Yeah.
Wait, I have a plan.
Okay.
I look around real quick. Is one of the power backup power fucking things around? We've been walking for long enough.
You're guessing you're probably close. It might be one of these side rooms.
All right, let's try this one. And I'll try the closest one.
Yeah, there's a sealed door. It has a lock mechanism, but again, it's like the previous door. It's just a simple press the button to open it. You get to it and you can activate it, telling it hasn't been hard locked yet. It appears to be a long corridor, a fairly tight corridor, about 1.5 meters wide, so enough for you to walk single, maybe two abreast.
Any sign of backup power?
It seems to lead off into just pitch dark, even with the illumination going in. It's well beyond the range, so it's at least 20 meters or more deep in.
Whatever. We're going.
Let's go. Got your back.
Hot.
Okay, so everyone starts. Are you leaving the door open? Are you sealing the door? What's your plan?
We'll
You're kind of
smash it
going-
behind me, yeah.
Okay, so like smash it behind, like
No, I close it. Smash the key.
smash.
Yeah, we're just gonna break the door open closed.
Okay, so yeah, close the door. It hisses closed. You find yourself going through a corridor for maybe 3 minutes worth of additional running. The voices seem to abate. You find that there is a more kind of general silence, the hum of latent systems in the ship, and you emerge into what's probably a cafeteria. There are sort of rectangular tables laid out, meals put on display, clearly partially eaten, though they've all decayed, and some of them are now covered in small insects. But otherwise, also in the corner, there seems to be like a dispensary. One machine has collapsed over onto the floor. There's some side doors that exit out. There's a cogitator unit on the wall.
Click the cogitator.
It seems to require some kind of access key. You could try to brute force it with a tech check if you want to.
Can I assist him at all with an additional tech check?
Basically, you assisting would just reduce the difficulty. I'm not
Yeah.
going to make you both roll to like fish for glory or anything. But
Okay.
yeah, if you want to like work with him, Reeb, you can go up.
Yeah,
there.
he's gonna loom over Pie's shoulder and assist him.
Yeah. So as you two are going up to the cogitator, Lorn and Zedek, what are you doing? The voices have abated. You don't quite hear the "we have boarded." What are you doing as you kind of come into this, like, I don't know, the Resident Evil save room music is playing in here. What are you two doing?
You first, Zedek.
Taking the chance to kind of look over my squad mates, seeing what I can do, looking over the room. But probably nothing much I can help with at this point. So just keeping watch at the door.
Okay, absolutely. Lorn?
Are we still feared?
No, that encounter has now
Okay.
ended, so the fear effect is.
And we got two shock back, right?
I mean, you might be afraid as characters, yes, given what is happening.
Yeah.
We got two shock back, correct, from Zedek's little speech.
Yeah. 2 shock back from
Wanna make
Zedek's
sure.
hahas.
As they're figuring life out, Lorn would like to sit down on the ground, kind of put his staff kind of over his lap, and he would like to basically meditate, but also do a science test to kind of fill out the warp, really, if that could be done. That or just normal psychic mastery test, whichever one's more logical. To basically sit down and go, let's see how this entity or the warp itself is reacting to our presence now that it's after us, basically.
Sure.
Like,
give
like
me
basically, like in the
science.
warning minute, it's like, is it searching or are we in caution mode? Like, what's going on?
Give me a science check.
I got a 7 and a complication.
Okay, so luckily science doesn't complicate that you don't get a perils with science. That's in the rules, so no need to worry about it. However, as you were reaching out, you with a kind of meditating here, you cut back to boarding the ship. You cut back to like reliving all of the steps you took through the ship. And you remember seeing the small cherubim moving about. You remember coming into the embarkation deck where there was no lights, and then you remember seeing these sort of illuminating lights flickering on as you made your way down the spinal corridor of the vessel, and then you see the warp tainted entities that have possessed the crewmen here, and it's all going through your head. And as you're replaying these visions and getting a sense of what sort of is going on and what warp based entity or entities are looking for you, replaying it all, you realize something. You realize that the lights flickering on, the sort of gradual increase in the presence, something on board is waking up. And that's when you kind of flash back to where you are in the room after reliving those moments.
Shaken by this a little bit, I wave Captain Zedek over.
Yes, Lorn?
Very obvious that we're no longer alone on this ship, but I feel that we're going to be running out of time, Captain Zedek. We need to do what we need to do fast. There's something here bound to be aware of our presence, and we need to hurry.
Do you think we have time to get what we came for and then leave? Or should we just go?
I don't know, Captain Zedek. But we must
And
try.
as you say that, I don't know, Captain Zedek, we cut to Braine and Reeb. Braine, will you give me that tech check, please?
I would love nothing more. Let's click the button. That would help.
Yes.
It would certainly help if you... There we go.
All right, 1, 1, 1. All right.
Yeah, you get the you start scheming, and as you're looking through the information here, you can tell that you're not close to the backup generators. You took a side corridor that took you to a cafeteria. However, you do see that this path leads to the subspinal maglev, which appears to have power connected to it. That one is used for rapid transit throughout the vessel. It would require you to basically... It's essentially like a sub-highway that runs underneath the primary spine, mostly reserved for officers, or in this case, holy dignitaries who wouldn't be with the regular rabble of the ship. However, as you cut to that, you also see there's another one of these saved files on the cogitator.
Let us be introduced. Click. Click, 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 click.
Oh, Zoran?
I'm sorry, one more time.
Number 3.
Thank you.
Emperor protect. I ran into Yakla by the recaf dispenser in the cafeteria. I didn't have a choice. He came at me with a combi tool, so I threw the machine at him. Bastard always liked his recaf hot. Though I don't think he liked it scalding all over his face. But by the Emperor, his eyes... Something was so fucking wrong with his eyes. I need to get to my supervisor and find out what the fuck is going on.
Most unfortunate to be upon a ship with such a ill fate.
And Reeb, as like Pies like activate this, you turn over to see the knocked over recaf machine in the room.
Okay. What do you wish me to do with the
biggest casualty on this entire ship?
No, it's just you notice like you're in that cafeteria.
I would certainly hope we were, given we had this message in that cafeteria.
Yes.
It'd be awkward if we weren't.
Dun, dun.
But so basically we found an audio log. Did we find any controls for power?
None here.
Can we?
But you were able to tell that subspinal maglev does
Yeah.
have power running to it.
We do have we have a secondary area we can attend to, one that might be more secure or might be at least less thick with hordes.
What does this console even control?
It's essentially just a general access console, like the equivalent of a public computer, but it's just able to display information. So in this case, like it's giving you like, oh, what's going on in this section of the ship? Is this under repair? Is this like it's spewing out errors for most of the areas of the ship, but it seems to indicate, oh, the subspinal maglev seems to still have power to it.
I'm wondering if we can find another console that actually has control over the maglev itself, because I want to try something.
That is going to be the strategium.
Yeah, of course. Well, nothing more here, gentlemen. I suppose we must get back out, or at least find an alternate access way. Can we try to comb through these side passages and get out ahead of the horde that was ahead of us?
Well, we have an alternate method forward. If we use the secondary mag rail, that is likely a safer place and one that leads to the same location.
It's by no means clear, but we can of course give it a shot. Best we've got.
Yes, and worse to worse, we might find out what became of the Fuckerby. If we have the time, do have the capacity to patch me up. I have multiple problems with my chassis.
You haven't had an hour yet. You'll need an hour.
Yes.
Patching you up the very least that I did before was already quite excruciating, given I was basically doing it on the move, Pi. I need a minute.
Is appreciated, at least. Let us then move forward. I will do my best to protect you all.
How about you hang behind for the moment, since you're not doing so well?
But I'm... I just throw my sword around.
Captain Zedek will go up to Reeb and Pi. So, good news, bad news? Are we moving on? Do we find anything that can help us?
The bad news is we are nowhere near a generator. The good news is that we have a secondary path that is probably safer.
Is it faster?
I hope so.
It has to be.
And so
Based on what Lorn has... I don't know if Lorn has followed along behind me or he's still just kind of sitting there taking this all in.
I'm still, I assume we're still in the same room or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just been sitting down meditating at this point, just focusing on the psychic bullshit.
Based on what Lorn has divined, we are on a clock. In his words, there is something here much, much bigger. And it has yet to notice that we are here itself. We only have so long to either leave now or get what we came and leave before it notices. If this route cannot take us back, if it can't get us there fast enough especially, we may just have to leave.
Either way, it certainly would be faster than cutting through that horde of monsters.
Oh, we won't survive that option. I'm cautiously optimistic about that.
No, I will not permit defeatist talk. We shall not only succeed in our mission, but at least one of us will survive. Now then, let us relay this information to the ship. Let them know that if we stop responding, then they should convene with the Meriago and open fire. Don't tell them that just yet, though, or else they'll probably just blow up the ship with us in it.
Do we still have that servitor following us?
We never had that. We had Auspex beads or Vox beads.
Yeah, Pi put his Vox bead into the servitor and then ordered the servitor
Oh, so we'll
to
talk to
relay
the servitor
anything.
thing. I was for some reason my brain had mistook that for we have the servitor following behind us.
No.
You just killed all the hordes for us.
All things considered,
Okay.
we technically have a trump card, but we hopefully won't have to use it.
I hope
Do
so.
we press on?
Of course. There is
have
no
to.
choice.
And with that, you like Pi Braine, you draw your power sword, which provides dim illumination, and then I'm assuming you're leading them through one of the side doorways down towards the maglev.
Yes.
So Pi leads the way, Reeb and Zedek follows, and then Lorn, you see your companions leaving. Are you getting up and exiting as well with them?
Oh, I'm so glad they tapped my shoulder saying, hey, come on, Lorn, we're leaving.
Lorn, come on, we're leaving!
It's too late now. My feelings are already hurt. I'm coming.
Well, you should have said something!
I was too
And
busy monitoring
as
our imminent death.
As you traverse out of the cafeteria and into the bowels of the ship, we cut back to the embarkation deck, to where the lone Arvist lighter is illuminated by the starlight, and we cut to a lone cherubim that is wiping a pile of blood. Cherubim is wiping it, and clicks and moves its head up, looking up. Cleanliness is holiness. And its wings flutter it up. And it flutters up towards the ceiling. And it gets lost in the darkness there. And then suddenly a pinprick of light comes down from the ceiling, a lumen that has been exposed, though it looks as though it has something moving over it, some undulating mass over the light, hiding it and then allowing it to peek through. And then other light shafts have the same. And then there's like a snap sound as you hear the as hundreds of small cherubim drop down off the ceiling and move through the hall that had been opened by our players into the spinal of the ship, and they all chant, "Cleanliness is holiness." And that's where we will end today's session.
Hooray!
Man! This shit sucks! It broke!
I told you we should have just not gone on board. Well, no.
We had to do the adventure.
I'll throw an egg at you.
Oh,
do it.
Eat it. I opened with my mouth. I open it. Eat it.
I would like to say thank you, Thurston, for an amazing session today. And don't worry, everyone. I'm fine. Don't worry about it. It's just a serious tone that we're setting. And I'd like to say thank you to all of our amazing players who make this possible, starting off with our Cafeteria Ranger, Speaker D.
Yes, I'm Speaker D. I am, you can find me at Super Snake Kick on Twitter or Speaker D on YouTube. I am the various things, yes, whatever, I don't know. And the Codex Dark Eldar, go buy it and play them.
Next up, our Inquisitorial Acolyte, Reeb Van Horn, played by Earndil.
I'm Earndil. You can meet me at Twitter at Earndilio and nowhere else. Also, don't buy the Dark Eldar Codex. Do it specifically to spite Speaker, who likes them, because it's funny, because we will never have anything.
No.
Ever.
No, don't do that.
I have been ZoranTheBear. I have been playing the Sanctioned Psychic Lorn. And we also have Captain of the Deck Collector, Captain Zedek, our resident rogue trader, played by HulkyKrow.
That is me. You can find me at HulkyKrow on Twitter. That's really the only social I keep up to date, or Zoran's Discord server, which is a very wonderful place. You can interact with fans and the cast occasionally.
And thank you again, Thurston Human, who has been our game master. Thank you so much for an amazing session today.
Oh, thank you so much. You can find me on socials at OnCallGM, or you can hear my voice tomorrow, or we get to have more bullshit.
Love you all very much. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Everyone else, begin to say goodbye.
Let's give him a good goodbye, boys.
All right, we're gonna get, but we can't do a war because we want to do a war tomorrow.
Okay.
Fuck you and fuck your Catan.
No war. He's gonna just boil down these bloods or give her get crop.
All right.
Wag.
You're good.
Wag.
Take care, everybody.
Wag. And don't any of you people be fapping about.
So long and farewell, everybody. Please be safe out there.
Cleanliness is holiness.
I will see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Good night.
We love you.
We love you so.
Zoran, out the stream!